¿Qué pasa? What is going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Happy Monday. It is your boy, Newbie. You guys are probably already sick of me because you saw me yesterday. Thank you for joining me. New comic book day and Spec Talk. One of the shows I really enjoy. We get really into it. My two guests are usually the information people when it comes to this. So I'm pleased to announce my two guests. One is always on time. Does he wear sleeves? I don't know. But the important thing is he always shows up on time. It is Mr. FaceTime. What is going on, brother?
What's up, man? Sleeves are always optional.
Sleeves are always optional, eh?
Right?
Our other guest,
except for keys, apparently.
Yeah, our other guest is always late, but that's okay. No issues with that. He'll just be joining us a bit later. Who knows? Maybe he'll hop in a few seconds. But yeah, thanks for joining, everybody. Face, how's your Monday going?
I can't complain too much. We beat the Saints yesterday. It was like a fucking Christmas miracle.
Jalen Hurts, man. Jalen Hurts.
I'll take it.
So, if you didn't catch it, we talked a little bit about football yesterday. The Eagles won. Me and Face are huge Eagle fans, so we're pretty pumped. If you guys didn't check us yesterday, we talked a little bit about the Disney shows and movies that are coming out. So if you guys haven't checked it out, please make sure to go check the rewind, check it. A few laughs, things like that. A bit of information. Everybody in the chat, thank you. So I've stalled as much as I can. Hyper will just join us when he hops on. He's probably going to be that guy moving forward that I tell the time is like 10 minutes earlier before, so that way he's never late. But we'll see.
Hey, that'll work, bro. It might work.
But yeah, let's get down to it. We're here to talk New Comic Book Day and Spec. You know how it is. We start with New Comic Book Day. I gotta say, guys in the chat and everybody, I'm assuming everybody knows what's coming out this week. It is a rough week.
This is a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah, like when you can say the best cover and the best book that's coming out is an Iron Man book that's nullified. I don't know if it's a good week. I'm just saying.
I don't know. There's a couple other ones on there that you could talk about too, though.
Yeah. Our guest has arrived. He is not sleeveless. It is Mr. Hyper. What is going on?
What's up, Nubian Face?
Just in time.
I took a power nap, feeling refreshed. Let's do this.
And then you show up late. All right. Okay.
Oh, okay. No. All right. Well. I had stuff to do.
Throwing a little shade.
Yeah, I know. Okay, we're off to the races.
I'm always punctual. No, it's all good, man. So yeah, I was getting ahead. So let's start off with Image. We got a cover that I know a lot of people are picking up. It is Big Girls number 5.
Was that sarcasm? I hope that was sarcasm.
Yeah, that was a joke. That was sarcasm. Sorry, I dropped my phone there. Yeah.
I think the dropping of the phone made it questionable as to what was going on there.
Nice.
It felt like that was real for a second. I was like, is he serious? What is going on in Big Girls 5? I might have to get this.
I think it's just his tone, though.
Right? It almost made me question whether I missed something.
Yeah, like I was like thinking, okay, maybe I'm not on this series myself. Maybe I should be after.
I think I always say that when this book comes out. It is one of those books that I have no idea.
Maybe we should be on the series.
Maybe. Who knows? Okay, that's exclusive Spec right there. If anything happens in Big Girls, you heard it here first on Newbie with Hyper and FaceTime. So
you're just blanket claiming everything that happens in the book.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's an accidental Spec. That's how we do.
I told you. So we got Big Girls number 5. I don't think there's a lot of people grabbing that book, but if you do, hey, let me know how the story is. Bomb Queen Trump card number 4. I remember this book because it's one of those long ass covers. I hate long ass titles. Excuse me. I hate when there's like a huge ass title because you just get lost. Like I think most people just call it Bomb Queen.
The huge ass title is what you noticed.
Yeah,
You must
that's what you took in.
you must hate boom titles then, because they're all about those long titles.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. Why not just Boom Queen? Boom, done.
Boom Queen.
Bomb Queen. You know what I mean? Like, just do it like that. I love her uniform. I wish more people, and by people I mean women, for Halloween would dress up like her. But
Damn. Okay. And
Christ, newbie, what the hell?
I'm guessing your girlfriend doesn't watch these live shows.
She says that she supports by just watching them, but like silent. So I'm like, oh, okay, thanks, babe. She's like, I always give you a thumbs up. I'm like, hey, you know what? That's dope. So thank you.
And to our female viewers that might be catching this on Rewind or live, we apologize on behalf of newbie.
So for the two of you that are there in the chat, we apologize.
All right, so you got 2 covers coming out for Bomb Queen. You know, I don't think they're sought after issues, Big Girls or that Bomb Queen. We also have Commanders in Crisis number 3 of 12, which means we are about 25% through.
Very astute observation. This guy's throwing his math knowledge at us.
He's fucking on it tonight.
I'm just, you know, and I'm drinking water, so you know.
Oh, no Corona either. Wow,
25% win.
Sober, whole new world.
But is anything happening in this series? I'm not really picking it up. They got 4 covers coming out. I'm assuming they probably have more. But they got 4 covers on previews.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm picking it up, and I've actually heard good things about it from people that are reading it.
Really?
So I'm gonna continue.
Because the thing is, I was actually speaking with Sparks about this on his show yesterday, and he was picking it up, but I think he told me he's actually going to be getting off it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I might actually have to read it. I haven't read any of that. Just have them.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we have oh man, Deco Rum 6.
Oh snap! Okay, we gotta go back to this one. Repeat. What was that title again?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the hell that was.
Sounded like a Pokemon. What was that?
This is gonna be a fantastic show.
Come again.
Deco Rum.
Decorum.
Decorum. Okay, man. I'm Latin.
You butchered that shit, bro.
Deco is a former soccer player, so in my mind, I just saw it as like Decorum. Decorum. Yeah, whatever. You guys understand?
It's like Baccarat. Decorum.
Yeah. I always have this like scene when like I don't understand, or when people don't understand me in some words, like when I pronounce them. Like I always have that Rush Hour Jackie Chan scene where he's like, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? And then Chris Tucker's like, man, nobody understands. And he just goes, I can always relate to that scene so bad.
Now I just want to hear new
to any Asian people watching this on the live chat or in the replay. We apologize on behalf of Newbie.
Newbie just basically imitated an Asian dude and a black dude on a live stream.
and did it fucking horribly.
Oh god, okay, all right.
So, about Decorum.
We're not even 10 minutes in. All right. Moving on.
I'm actually on this series, and I've read every issue. I like it, and I have no fucking idea what it's about. It's a really interesting acid trip. There's very polite assassin, and
yeah.
fucking weird alien shit going on.
Yeah. Hence the whole title Decorum, because they're supposed to be classy, polite assassins. The thing is, I'm told that this is one of those titles that you need to almost have like a reread, because apparently Hickman, it's only, you know, like how Hickman writes, he very much is very wordy in his dialogue and all that. So, I mean, like even on his X titles right now, it's a lot of like Face. You're picking up some of the X titles right now, right?
Yes.
You see the amount of info that he crams into those books. I mean, I appreciate it.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's very in depth in his writing. He makes a lot of deep cuts. and he's got very intricate and, in the end, well tied together storylines, and that's one of the reasons why I like Decorum, because I feel like reading it, I'm kind of putting together the pieces of a puzzle, and I'm just waiting on that next piece, and the last piece I think is just going to bring it all together and tell me exactly what's going on here and why it's all tied
together. This up though, but I mean, I'm curious. Once the run ends, I want to know actually what your take on this is, because with Hickman's books, it's definitely not a brisk read.
Kind of got the similar thing going on there on that cover B, just with, I'm assuming, just another character, obviously, or another assassin. Yeah.
No, that's actually one of the aliens.
Oh, okay. There you go. Boom. Head Looper. To be honest, when I saw it,
we'll go with Lopper today.
It's okay. We're
Lopper, man. What? you guys know what's going on. When I saw that this one was at number 14, I honestly, I don't remember talking about this or seeing this sooner, to be honest.
I'll be honest, this has flown under my radar as well.
Yeah, we've mentioned it, but we haven't really talked about it much. We've just mentioned it in passing and that it's coming out, because I don't think any of us are reading it, and I actually don't think anybody has mentioned in chat that they're really on it. So,
but the fact that they got to what 16, 14. I mean, that's good for them.
Oh, no doubt that there's obviously a following for the series or whatever. It's just not one that I got on from the beginning, and I can't claim to know anything about it. So.
Yeah.
The next one is Kick-Ass Hit Girl. We got 2 covers. Boom, boom, boom. Number 2.
So we are.
The first... Go ahead. Hyper.
No, I was gonna say we are 2 out of 5, so we are 40% done with this series according to Newbie.
Fucking math is on point all over today, bro.
We are all about the stats tonight.
We got the numbers.
I'm gonna need more of these tonight.
So I grabbed the first issue of this. I read it, and I mean, yeah, I'm kind of done. Okay. It just wasn't enough to make me really want to continue on. I didn't get into Kick-Ass that much.
Yeah, me neither. Sparks is saying that he read the first 4 issues back in 15 or 16.
My gosh, that far back.
Yeah, wow. What's the release schedule on that?
Yeah. We also have Post Americana number 1. We got.
So this one I am picking up. It's post-apocalyptic, and I like that. So I'm jumping on it. Just check it out. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah. Other than horror, that also seems to be a theme that seems to be used pretty prevalently in comics now. This whole end of the world and post-apocalyptic set pieces.
Well, I mean, you look at what's going on in the world, and it's not really surprising that there's a lot of stories coming about that. I mean,
true.
Do you remember historically?
A lot of people have some crazy theories about shit that's going on right now and everything. So,
remember when it used to be like vampires? Now it's just like shifted and it's all like zombie. You know what I mean? Like when I was in high school, it was like you could do anything.
At least the zombies don't fucking sparkle.
Are you picking up all of the covers, Face, or are you just picking up like 1 or 2 or whatever?
I think I'm just picking up like the main covers on those for the most part, unless I luck into some of the incentives for a decent price at the local store.
Nice.
Cool.
We got Savage Dragon 255 cover A. You got 1, 2, 3 covers coming out.
Yeah, I can't claim to know a whole lot on Savage Dragon or follow it very much. I've picked up several of the last few issues, but they've all been cover buys for the Peanuts homages.
What is happening with the? That seems very anatomically incorrect. It looks like those Looney Tune cartoon.
Yeah, well,
This is why it's important to do leg day.
Yeah, no, seriously, I mean, his fist is almost
definitely gonna have some, he's definitely gonna have some balance issues, I think.
So, yeah, that's a little crazy. Yeah, Face, I'm with you. Other than the Peanut homage, the one I got was the first one, the red one. I didn't grab the purple one. That's the only book I picked up when it came out. That was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I think. If I'm
I think
mistaken.
it was last week, and I think I was talking to you guys about it because I wasn't sure if I was going to get it, but I actually did look into a couple copies at my local store.
Yeah,
Nice.
last week was the purple one though, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 to Eternity, number 15. We got 2 covers coming out. Again, not a story that I'm following at all.
So 7 to Eternity is, to be completely honest and put the disclaimer out there up front, I'm not on this series, but I've heard really good things about it. Like, it's probably one that I should have been on. I think it just had to do with the release schedule, you know, stopped for a really long time and everything like that. But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about the series, so might be one I have to check out. Great.
It's Rick Remender, so
It reminds me,
exactly.
especially this cover. It reminds me of that Avengers cover where they have like Hawkeye and then
with Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget what issue, but when I saw that one, I was like, oh, you know what? That's kind of where my head went. So yeah, like I said, you got two covers for that. We also have Stillwater. I remember a few people were, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Yes, Stillwater is great so far. I've liked every issue of it.
Yeah.
It's definitely got a sort of like it actually almost has like a vibe like the next book, The Walking Dead. I mean, it kind of has a similar type of feel to it, even though it's got like opposite premise.
The thing is, I mean, it's funny you should say that because Skybound is behind Stillwater. Robert Kirkman's imprint, right? So
that's true.
It's funny you should mention that it has that same Walking Dead vibe.
That would be an interesting twist if you find out in the end all the people in the town are dead or something like that, and somehow and they're already dead.
It's a cool premise. I didn't read the 3rd issue yet. It's in my pile, but I have read the first 2 issues, and I'm digging it so far. As I mentioned, Sparks also, we were talking about this yesterday on his FOC show, because I think the FOC for number 4 is actually tonight. No, not 4. Sorry, 5, I believe. But yeah, man, the series has been pretty cool, and it's one of those series that I think I mentioned. After I read the first issue, I went back and actually got a couple of more copies of Cover A.
Yeah. I mean, it's one like if you like that type of thing, if you like the horror genre and you like like Walking Dead and stuff like that, it's definitely I would highly recommend it to pick up and check out. It's a great read so far.
Yeah.
Something that's, I mean, again, I don't know. A lot of people, it's not where it used to be, but still a hot property is Walking Dead. Number 5. You got 3 covers there that are shown. I can't remember if I asked, but Face, you are still picking this series up, correct?
I am. I'm gonna pick them up. I like The Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead, so I'm gonna pick them up just because I enjoy having the full color versions of them. I actually, for the first 6 issues, I'm actually picking up 2 copies of each one because I want to get the connecting covers, the first 6 connecting covers.
And that's the only reason I'm picking this up, for the connecting covers.
Yeah, I mean, it's not everybody's thing, and they are reprints, obviously, of the original series and everything. They're just in full color, so
Yeah. I just never really.
Not really. I don't think there's going to really be any spec value there or anything. You know exactly what's going to happen.
Although, face, maybe that issue 1, you never know. Because
it is possible.
Because the further you go away from that issue 1, right, the scarcer it's going to be, and we know how diehard some Walking Dead collectors are.
That's true.
It's true. There's a just huge amount of Dark Horse comics that are coming out this week. I don't even have to go to the view all section for it. We only got 3 books coming out.
I see what you did there.
2 of them are the same.
Sounded like a little sarcasm.
Yeah.
Just to save some laughs, I am not even going to attempt this name. I'm just going to.
Oh no! Come on, please give us that.
Come on,
please give us.
I'm just going to call it Red Planet.
Give the people what they want.
We got 2 covers of Red Planet here.
This is why they're watching.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. If I had to pick, though. I would probably say I'd probably take cover B there. I don't know why. I just like the cover B better than that cover A. I don't think any of us are on this series or grabbing it. I haven't heard anybody talk about this series.
Yeah, I know it's part of the Black Hammer imprint, I think, but that's all I can tell you about it. I'm not actually on it either.
No.
Yeah. And then we have Cyberpunk 2077, number 4 of 4, which means, Hyper, what does that mean? It is complete. It is done, 100%.
So it is 100%, if our math is correct. You're right.
Somebody check that, please. Chat. Can we get somebody to check that math on them?
Cyberpunk was really hot. I don't know too much about it, to be honest. Like I remember when the first one came out, and then with the game and everything, it was a little crazy for a while. Now I couldn't really tell you, if there's any, I don't know anything about the storyline or nothing. And my understanding is kind of like GTA and things like that, but just in the future, I guess you could say, and if you put it that way.
Yeah. And I mean, the big thing is that Keanu Reeves is actually in the game. That's a big selling point. And actually, it's funny because the game actually was released last week. So now that series is wrapping up, it kind of coincides with the release of the game. I am actually picking up that miniseries just because I do plan on playing that game, Cyber 2077, and it's a 4-issue miniseries, and it's written by Colin Bunn, who's actually a decent horror writer. So I'll be pretty much reading it once I actually get all 4 issues, so I could just bang them out.
Same
there
thing
you go.
for
That'd
me.
be about my contribution to that too.
What's that?
I said that'd be pretty much my contribution to that too.
Yeah.
I haven't read it yet. I've got the issues. I'm just kind of waiting until all 4 of them to come out and then read it together.
I guess with Dark Horse, IDW did the same thing. There's not much coming out this week on their end. You got Lock and Key, number 3 there. That series is done. And then you have 2 Star Trek books. I'm not even going to pretend to know anything about Star Trek as well, because I have no idea anything about Star Trek, and I know you guys aren't fans of Star Trek.
Well, I mean, according to you, Star Wars is Star Trek, right?
That's right. 2 and 1. 2 and 1. So, but yeah, it seems like it's a very quiet week when it does come to books this week. You can see it with Dark Horse. You can see it with IDW and things like that. There's not much coming out. Not to say that the other things are, they're coming. There's always a week. It just seems like this is one of those weeks where, and you guys have heard me say it, this is going to be one of those weeks where I might go to the shop and I might just get that one book, and then I might just save my money for the following week, right? There's no shame in that. You don't have to feel forced to just grab something just to grab it. It's a slow week. The holidays are coming, things like that. So, yeah, we'll see. But we'll come back to Marvel like we usually do at the end. We're gonna move on to Dynamite.
Fucking Dynamite. And Nerd covers 3 issues.
Yeah, I have no input in this section. I think Face probably has more contribution.
So I'm only grabbing 1 issue from Dynamite this week out of the plethora that they're putting out, and that's the Dynamite 3. Well, actually, it might be more than 1 issue, but I'm getting the homage variants. I believe there's a Dr. Seuss and a Peanuts homage variant for those.
Yeah, I see the Peanut homage.
Yeah, there's the Dr. Seuss one too. Is that what you said, Dr. Seuss?
Yeah. There's a Dr. Seuss and a Peanuts. I've been picking those up, and I've got the whole miniseries. I'm checking it out. There's a couple Dynamite series that are coming up here soon that I've been checking out or got on the pool list to check out. So I'm giving them a shot. I haven't really got into Dynamite too much, so this is my first real venture into the Dynamite universe for the most part.
Yeah, the Doctor Seuss ones are pretty dope. Where's the Doctor Strange one that you said?
No, it's Dr. Seuss and Peanuts. The Peanuts.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, and then it looks like they have that homage to the Spider-Man as well. They got a zombie one and just a normal one. Is that what's going on here? So they got this one.
Oh yeah, the AF-15.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they got this one, and then they got that one. So in this one, she is also a zombie as well. The other one, it's just the person that she's holding. So yeah, another cover that's like super overdone. I think every property does one of those. So all right, so that's it for Dynamite 2. Wow, 25 minutes in, and we're flying through these.
It's just one of those weeks that's like,
Yeah. Oh, definitely. So here we got, to start off, Boom.
Now, Boom, on the other hand.
Yeah, so there's this.
Those people apparently want my fucking money.
Yeah. This is a #1, a new limited series between season 4 and season 5 of Amazon's hit series.
Oh, well, shit.
I
was gonna say about this. I don't know what it is, but I was planning on picking it up and checking it out. Now I hear it's attached to an Amazon series, so I guess I'm gonna have to watch that shit too.
And it's between season 4 and season 5, so you got a few seasons to watch.
I got some fucking watching to do.
Connect all the dots, right? So
I guess so.
So I guess this comic is canon to the show then.
Yeah.
I had no idea. So
it's a #1. It's it's one of those things right now that
what I'll probably end up doing is waiting, and I'll pick up the series or the comics and I'll read them. And if I enjoy what I'm seeing so far and I like the characters, like they're doing something decent with them, because this is, as far as I know, this is the first comic that they've come out with. I could be wrong, I don't know, but there's no subtitle on it or anything. They're just labeling it as The Expanse. So I assume it's the first comic series. So I imagine they're gonna introduce the characters and everything like that at least, and maybe use it as a jumping on point. So if I like it, then I'll probably check out the show. If not,
but it's interesting though, because the thing is, from what newbies read, it's between season 4 and 5. So I guess they must probably in that first issue they really have to put us all up to speed then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume so to a certain degree at least.
Firefly is something that Face is really on. You've still been picking up this series, correct?
Yeah, we're getting towards the end of the Blue Sun Rising event, which kind of, has the Firefly crew taking on a group of criminals.
I have not read anything about Firefly. You've kind of just been giving me the only information.
Yeah, man. It's space western type stuff. And
so you got what, 1, 2 covers? Yeah. The Message. So yeah. This one doesn't look so western though.
Yeah, well,
be like
not all
an
the covers
NWA
necessarily. Yeah, that seems. Yeah, it does. Like the album cover or the maybe like similar to The Boys.
Yeah, The Boys. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm like Western, but this guy's got a toque. That guy's got a suit. I'm like, what kind of Western world is this?
It must be an homage cover, yeah.
Yeah. We also got Mega Man, fully charged, 5 out of 6.
I ain't even gonna attempt.
I've been picking up the series. I'm a big Mega Man fan, and I've actually been picking up all the incentive covers for this series just because I like them. Mega Man? So I've actually been chasing those down.
Yeah. Wait, Face, did you get the gold and the silver foil for #1?
Yeah, I did actually. I found both of those online and picked them up.
That was a 1 in 100, right?
It was, and it was pretty hard to track down.
Yeah, because I can't imagine a lot of shops ordering 100 copies of this book.
No, I can't see it. TK's in the house. What's happening, brother?
What's up? Oh,
Mega Man is actually a better than I thought.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it so far. So they've done a really good job with this series.
I mean, I think Mega Man. I don't think Mega Man has ever got its due. You know what I mean? Like with the pop culture. I don't want to say like icon, but he is one of those characters. Like I remember growing up as a kid when I came to Canada, I would always rent. Yes, back in the day you had to rent. I would always rent that game. I always enjoyed playing that game. It was one of those good games, but I feel like he's never had his due, whether it be on a movie screen or things like that. Just never had his due. So yeah, it's nice to see that.
I mean, I agree. He's a very underrated character, and it's a very underrated comic series.
Yeah.
I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it, but like I said, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, and he's even saying that he's not even a Mega Man fan, and he's really enjoying it. So that just speaks to, the story, the writing, everything. So yeah, that's
exactly, man. Like Boom seems to know what the hell they're doing with getting writers on these books and making them interesting, making them good reads.
Yeah, because it seems like not Broom.
Broom?
Whoa.
Broom? No. Let's talk about this for 5 minutes and laugh.
Yeah, let's dwell on this one a little bit, because I'm sure Ross Ritchie's gonna love that when he checks out the replay.
Hyper universe here.
I'm sure. Newbie's like finally the heat's off me now for a sec.
Yeah, until I mess up.
Right, Newbie loves it. Newbie's loving it right now.
Until I mess up another title.
As soon as it came out of my mouth.
Well, you got about 5 minutes, right?
All up on that.
Yeah, I'll probably say it in the next 5 minutes or something. So, all right. So we also have Once and Future number 14. I cannot lie. Again, when it comes to this, I don't know anything. I don't know anybody that's on this, to be honest, unless it's Face.
Really?
Yeah, I mean.
No, I'm on it as well. I mean, I haven't been up to date on it, but no, it's a cool. It's like it takes you back to the whole King Arthurian era, but now it's going into Beowulf and all that. So it's like if you're into that whole medieval kind of storyline with a modern twist to it, it's a good read.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys say so. It's at number 14 already, so I don't know.
And I like the art. The interior art's pretty dope in this series. Dan Mora on the interior.
Once and Future is popular. I just picked it up. Okay, so I might have to check this out, especially if everybody's on it. To be honest, I don't remember it getting that much love. So, or maybe it's just something that we overlooked. I don't know.
It definitely caught a lot of popularity in the initial arc. I feel it's been a bit quiet recently, I guess, with all the other Boom series coming out.
Isn't there also wasn't there? I think not long ago there was some news about it getting optioned or something like that caused it to get some spotlight back on the series for a minute.
Was that concrete, or was it just like people just?
I'm not sure. I think it might have just been rumors.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it being optioned because
it does seem like one of those shows where you could see it showing up on like Netflix or Amazon.
Yeah, but if you read the series, you realize you kind of need a big budget. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with like some Goosebumps, like weak ass special effects kind of thing. So it's one of those shows that you kind of need to do it right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sparks is saying it had early hype that died down after a few issues. So yeah, I tried to get into it Once in the Future, not for me. Yeah, hey, and that's okay. That happens. Face. Yeah. I want to especially get into the Power Ranger stuff here. Before I talk about, well, you know what? Let's just go to it. We got Power Rangers number 2, cover A. There's 2 covers. You got this pink/yellow one with the red hand, it looks like. So yeah, you got this one right here. This is the connecting cover, correct?
Yeah, because usually these regular covers connects with the Mighty Morphin and the Power Rangers. So yeah.
So
there's actually a shit ton of covers for this too. There's several variants up to like I think a 1 in 100.
I'm picking up the 1 in 25 Momoko.
Yeah, there's a 1 in 10, 1 in 25, 1 in 50, 1 in 75, and a 1 in 100, I believe.
Yeah. So Noob, you know that thing where you just to increase the digits by, I think it goes up to like Face mentioned, it's like 1 in 10. You'll see a 1 in 15. I'm picking up the 1 in 25.
But they're essentially just variants of the covers, below the 1 in.
Yeah, and then you have this one, and this is the one that I kind of was a little confused because we talked about this one last week, that all yellow one.
Yeah, I think they're doing the same color.
Well, the all yellow one, yeah, that was on Mighty Morphin, the other series.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
They're doing the same colors, for each issue of the series.
And this is
this
the
one,
only one that I can get because after this it's a 0, and I don't know if I just go to 40 as the last two, but I'll try it.
Try 40. Yeah, it's 40, and then 41 is 1 in 25.
So this, okay, yeah. So there you go. So this would be the 1 in 25.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's not the Momoko then. Interesting.
Okay, and then
Oh yeah, no, the Momokos I believe are on Mighty Morphin, and the Goni Montes are on the Power Rangers series.
No. Because the thing is, Boom kind of messed up where Momoko is doing a future Power Rangers incentive. I think it's probably issue 3 though, because I do remember having to put that order with my shop. It kind of there's no rhyme or reason. For some reason, it's like she's skipping certain issues, and then she's going to the other side. Like she's doing some in Mighty Morphin and some in Power Rangers. It's almost like you really gotta pay attention, otherwise you might miss one.
Right.
this looks like this is the 1 in 50, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, which is the Virgin.
Yeah.
And then let's just try to see if they got the 100 here.
I think the 100 is the that's the 1 in 75.
Yeah, the Virgin of the 1 in 25.
I think these later, the higher ratio ones are just going to be virgin copies of the. So this is like it's a version of the 1 in 25.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And I'll try one more number here just to see.
No. Yeah, I think it stops at 1 in 100.
Okay.
Face, you mentioned that you're trying to hunt for all the 1 in 100, right?
I'm trying to, yeah.
Damn.
So far, so good.
Jeez. Right. How many do you have, Face?
I like the Power Rangers, so
Face. How many of them do you have already?
So far, I've got all of them.
Wow.
Jesus.
I hope you get like a bundle deal when you get all those ratios.
I actually have a really good deal with my LCS setup.
Nice.
Hey, geez. This is a series that has kind of slowed down. I remember, and I think we talked about this, when it first came out. It had some heat. Now I'm not so sure, but we only find them when they are dead. Yeah, I don't know.
That's it, but I think that's a reprint, right? Because issue 3 already came out. This must be a.
Yeah, second print. Sorry, this is the one I meant to click on right here. Yeah. Number 4.
Yeah.
I'm still picking it up. It hasn't been very pressing for me to read it.
I remember when it first came out, like it had some legs. A few people were talking about it, saying, "Hey, it could be something." I mean, obviously anything could be something, these days.
And it still could. It's just felt a little slow, I guess, so far. So
yeah.
I'm still continuing it. I just haven't felt pressed to read it. So I'm a little behind on it.
And then you got this crazy cover as their cover. I believe this is B. Yeah, cover B. It's pretty funky, pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a few more issues, but I might end up dropping it after this first arc, because it hasn't really been for me, this series.
Yeah, it happens.
Face, before we move on to the Marvel side, usually you have a few books in the comic and graphic novel section. Is there anything that we need to let people know that's coming out this week?
As far as the ones that I'm looking at picking up, I've been picking up the American Ronin from AWA there. I like covers. That's mostly been it. I've picked up each issue of that so far, and I'm probably just gonna wait to read it until I have all of them. The other one that I'm picking up is actually Tarna #1 from Heavy Metal. It's one of their more popular characters that they've had in Heavy Metal magazine, and they're using her in her own comic series. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the first couple issues and check it out.
Tarna.
Yeah, it'll probably be near the bottom, but the tease.
And then there's Blade Runner. What is it? 2029 #1 that's coming out.
Yeah, I believe that's coming out from Titan.
Oh, this one, I heard some buzz on this one. Sam, something. Scroll up, newbie. I think you passed it. Sam and his
Talking Gun.
Yeah. Who's the studio? It is Scouts Comics. Yeah.
Yeah, it's another one that's coming out from Scout. I've checked out a few of the last ones. I've liked Phantom Starkiller and the Recount for sure.
But
Yeah, recently.
Phantom Starkiller is just one and done, right? I don't think it's an actual series, is it?
I'm not sure what they're planning on doing with that, to be honest.
Yeah, because I didn't see any solicits past issue 1 for that one.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything so far either.
I don't know if any of my shops will have it. I want to say maybe one of them. So if it's there, I'm hoping it's maybe one of those stores that doesn't have them in the boards and bags yet, and maybe I can just like kind of read it or kind of like just flip through it. If it seems interesting, maybe just pick it up, kind of thing. It is a #1, so I don't know.
Scouts comics in general, unless you have like a shop that's really on the pulse, you don't see a lot of shops carrying a lot of Scouts titles.
No, you don't.
And Briggs is saying in chat that Starkiller does have an issue 2 coming out, so I'm probably gonna have to check out their website. I haven't been there real recently.
Okay.
But because it's a slow week, Hyper, I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe, who knows? You know what I mean? Like it's not as heavy with big books this week, so who knows? Sure. Maybe.
Yeah, this is a great week for checking out new series that you haven't really checked out, because it is pretty.
I find that a lot of times that's what a lot of the shops. Well, I say a lot. There's 4 here. Some of them will do that on those like really low, slow weeks because it's just some money or just some deals that they've cut out with the distributors and things like that. Mm-hmm. Speaking of the distributors, I don't know if you guys are gonna have this issue, but 2 of my shops on their social media today posted that their shipment for Wednesday might be late by 24 hours. So something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind on your guys' end. I don't know if it's going to affect everybody, but I know in my area it's delayed by 24 hours. So
interesting.
Yeah.
And you're talking both DC and Marvel?
Yeah.
I mean DC and everyone else.
Yeah.
I should
say. Everybody. So now we're going to go to the best. If you're a Black Cat fan this week, you are in luck. Wow.
Wait, are you?
And on behalf of all, on behalf of Newbie, we apologize to all of our DC fans, our Image fans, our Boom Studios fans.
Why?
Yeah. Well, no, I was gonna ask, were you planning on doing DC and then Marvel, or you wanted to do Marvel and then save DC after?
No, lately I've been doing DC like as the end, like as the last one that we do, just because we're already on the instead of going back and then coming back. I just thought, you know what, let's just do Marvel. Kind of
because you were kind of hyping it up as like the best for last. So I thought like, maybe.
Oh no, like on the page, on previews. Don't worry.
Okay.
Newbie has respect for DC. Don't worry. Black Cat has their Black Cat #1 new series coming out. You got a few covers, a few King in Black tie-ins and things like that. There's 5 covers on previews, but I can guarantee there's probably more just with all the stuff that's going on. You got the Scotty
ratios,
the ratios, all this stuff. So it's going to be a pass for me, even though it is a #1. It's just going to be a pass. Black Cat is not anything out of this world, unless anybody in the chat says that there might be a first appearance or something of importance. I'm probably going to pass it.
Well, I mean, I'm picking it up just because it's a tie-in.
Yeah, I'm picking it up. It's it looks like the first few issues are going to tie into what's going on with King in Black, and it looks like either at the end of this first issue or sometime maybe in the second issue. It sounds like from the solicits, Black Cat is going to actually be getting her own anti-venom symbiote suit. So, that could be
crazy because she just got her first Iron Man suit. You know what I mean? Like, why not play her?
Yeah, but that shit didn't last.
I know. So why not it just messed
They're giving everybody Iron Man suits, and they're getting fucking wrecked the next issue. So, having an Iron Man suit doesn't sound like it's all it's cracked up to be lately.
So clearly that just tells you symbiotes trumps Iron Man suits.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
I mean, that's kind of what it sounded like. Poor Newbie. Not a good week for him.
Issue 2 has the first anti-venom suit. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. She's gonna be wearing the anti-venom symbiote or whatever. So
maybe issue number 2 is the one to get. I mean, then again, you know, I don't know, like it's always a good thing to pick up the number 1s, but
because the number 1 could be a teaser to the number 2, right? So,
yeah.
It ties in King in Black either way somehow. I'm sure.
I feel like this book, you know, is in that category of, you know, if you missed out and you're just hearing information now from us or from whoever, and there might be something, fear not. I feel like you can go into your shop come Wednesday morning or Thursday if it's late, and you're probably still going to be able to pick up a cover. Like there are some books that I feel those like crazy guys who spec and do those FOC stuff, like the bigwigs, like they make it seem like it's life or death when you have to do it before FOC. But like there are some books that, hey, like I've called on a lot of occasions, like the night of, the morning of, and the books are there. This one, if it's important or not, I mean, I think you're going to be okay to find this book.
Yeah, the thing is,
feeling like issue 1 is going to be like mostly set up, and then we're probably going to see towards the end where it just feels like it'll be one of those things like where she makes the decision that she needs to get the anti-venom suit, and then we'll see it in number 2.
This one, I think, to me is going to be a matter of, you know what, you're going to be able to pick this book up regardless. It's just going to come down to like which cover or which variant, which whatever is going to be the money book value-wise, right? Because I feel like you're going to be able to walk into any store and pick up at least a cover. Will it be a cover that you like? If it is something hot, probably not, but you're still probably going to end up leaving a store with that cover.
Yeah, and the thing is, you have to keep in mind, usually the way, like at least some of the shops in my area, the way that they work is they usually over-order on that issue 1, and then they'll gauge subsequent issues based on their sales on how issue 1 does. So, yeah, like to your point, you definitely shouldn't have an issue finding this issue if I said issue so many times if you didn't pre-order it. So,
you know, actually, now that you mentioned about how the shops order and everything like that, knowing that she is going to be wearing the anti-venom suit in issue 2, for sure, I guess, at least at some point in that issue from the solicits, if she doesn't end up wearing it in number 1 and not a lot of people have bought it, maybe you won't see a whole lot of number 2 in stores.
Exactly. Hey, newbie, do you mind? Bricks brought up how the 1 in 25 would be a hot issue. Can we see what that ratio looks like? I actually haven't seen it myself.
Yeah. So we'll go cover A, King in Black. So we'll do this one. Okay, let's go 8.
I think you're better off going to the last cover and then going. Yeah.
I think you're right. So we'll go to, what is it, the Scotty Young one?
Yeah.
So we'll go 26. That's not bad, actually. I really like that. But this is the 1 in 10, correct?
That must be a 1 in 10.
I have no idea.
It would help.
Usually the first numbers, is the 1 in 10. Let's just go up one more number. Oh, wait, no.
No, this can't be it. These all look like regular covers, actually. Yeah. Keep going, though. I'm sure we'll hit the ratios.
27. Wow, she looks... I mean, why can't girls dress like that for Halloween, you know?
My gosh.
Again, to all of our female viewers, we apologize on behalf of Newbie.
These look just like the... Oh,
these are
this is something completely different. Yeah, so I guess this is the only thing that's showing plus that 1. So I don't know. I guess it's just that the 1 in 10 or whatever. I don't know.
I'll try to find it while we're.
They aren't always in new. Yeah. I'd find
maybe that was the 1 in 25.
Yeah, it could be.
No, because Bricks is saying it's a Sarah Pacelli variant. So like, I'll try to find it and I'll see if I could send it to you while we're in the show.
Okay. And big shout out to Vancouver Comic Junkie, a fellow Canadian on the West Coast. If you're new to him, make sure you guys go check out his stuff. He's a really solid dude. Canadian, so I'm a little biased, but nevertheless, one of the good guys in the community. So make sure you guys go check him out. All right, yeah, so Black Cat. We got Captain America number 26. I got to be honest. Is anybody reading Captain America these days? Like,
I've picked up the last couple issues because of solicitation teasers. But it hasn't really hooked me. I'm gonna be honest.
Like it's, I don't know. And
I like the covers. Love the
yeah,
covers.
the cover. I love how the solicitation is Red Hulk. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, we get it. He's on the cover. So
I mean, I do like those Alex Ross covers that they keep pumping out, but yeah, I haven't really been reading up Captain America. And Newbie, I just sent you the picture on your IG.
oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can bring it up. We got the nullified.
Oh, the Sarah Pacelli for that issue. I remember it now.
So let me see if I can just grab it so I can show everybody.
Yeah, this is a weird cover to me because whenever I first initially heard about the cover, I wanted it and everything like that because I saw the Sarah Pacelli solicitation and everything, and then I saw the cover.
Yeah,
and I don't really think that I want it.
I don't know. I didn't realize they were coins or they were like omega-3 fish tablets or something that she's surrounded by.
So this is it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still going to end up probably, yeah, it probably will be a hot cover.
It looks, those, usually those spotlight covers, like, where they do like a portrait style, they usually do pretty well. And that black background, kind of highlights it.
Let's see here. Let's go back to this.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But
yeah, I think it's. That's a pretty dope cover.
Yeah.
We got Deadpool #9. One Last Kiss. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I haven't been picking up Deadpool. I think the last Deadpool book I got was like Merc with a Mouth.
I actually grabbed the last issue because just because I liked the cover and I read it. It was actually a pretty fun read. I think I'm gonna pick up the next issue.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I liked it. It was
White
it was
cover.
funny. It was Deadpool,
Yeah.
And I know the future issues for Deadpool. I think what is it? Issue 10 and 11, I believe, are King and Black tie-ins.
Yeah, I believe so.
Now, I do want to say I'm not being biased here. I mean, we're going to get to the character. I'm not going to scroll down. But there is a cover I was telling Face. It's two of my favorite characters kind of put together. So I can't wait till we get to talking about it. After this row, it is there. But we got Fantastic Four #27. Face, you've been really reading this series. You were even the one that told me that they had the new costumes and things like that. You were enjoying this series.
We did, and this is another one because we were just talking about the Black Cat in the Iron Man suit, and the it ended up getting wrecked or whatever. This one, Franklin Richards has an Iron Man suit. It looks like, and I don't know. I don't like the chances of it because obviously we're not going to see him keep the Iron Man suit. They're not going to let other characters just run around in fucking Iron Man suits.
What if
for very long?
What if at the end of it they just get all these characters that have a suit, and then they all like join together? You know what I mean? So you got Black Cat, Franklin, Reed.
You're gonna end up with another comic book Armor Wars.
Yeah.
That would be pretty dope. Speaking of Armor Wars, we'll be talking a little bit about that in the spec side of things. Information.
You do have Franklin in the Iron Man suit in this though, so that's pretty interesting. So you could see.
Is that the first cover appearance too of it?
I believe so.
I think so.
Yeah, right. So
I don't remember it appearing because initially Reed had it.
Yeah.
And that started in Empire, so I don't know if there were any other covers for that where maybe it was shown on there or not.
So this could be something if you're a big fan of Franklin. I don't know. As an Iron Man guy, I mean, I think it looks cool. The only thing is, when I first saw this, I was thinking of Rescue. Like, I know it's not Rescue, but my mind just went right to Rescue. That Pepper Potts wears just because of
the color. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. But it is kind of cool. Here's a little before we continue with the Fantastic Four, but I think Deadpool 10 going to be Spec book.
Oh, really?
If you got any more information,
well,
give us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I know I'm picking it up regardless, just because I enjoyed the story so far and in the last one, and whatnot.
Yeah,
So,
and it's a tie-in. So, like I said, I'll be trying to pick up most of the tie-ins unless I hear otherwise that if it's a passable issue or something. Yeah, I'm not feeling this one. Like
I'm gonna say I know a lot of people are picking up these nullified ones, but this is
that is be a nullified thing, right?
yeah,
this is ugly.
It looks like a poorly drawn Slash from Ninja Turtles that's colored really bad.
right. I mean, the thing is, it's almost like these nullified covers almost feel like concept arts more than anything. It's almost like these are characters that were on the cutting room floor that never made it to the Marvel Comics pages.
Some of them, have been all right, but like it looks like most of them they're just adding like pieces of spiky black armor and
Yeah, but you're right. Like
I think the best one. You guys might agree with me, but we'll get into it. I know a few people are still on this run. Immortal Hulk. If you guys remember, at the beginning of the summer, Immortal Hulk was hot. More people, and no disrespect to the people that are still continuing to read it, but as things go, as time goes, waves. This series was more popular at the beginning of the summer, obviously, but now you do still have it. So you got number 41. Obviously, it's always in the past. It's always been fun and iconic when you see Hulk in the Thing. But I gotta say, guys, this is an ugly cover.
Really? Because I thought it's kind of
like it.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I think it's almost like comedically pretty
I think
hilarious.
the way that the Hulk is drawn in these, like I don't know. And then Thing, I don't know. I've never been like a fan of the Thing, to be honest with you. I've always been Human Torch kind of guy, so I don't know.
I don't know. It's just the
Human Torch, the least interesting person in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, okay. This is the diner cover I've been waiting for. Noobs, fire. Oh.
It's just,
I like this cover. It's
pretty
how they're both crammed into the booth.
Yeah.
And adding that waitress kind of adds to emphasizes the whole size disproportion of it all.
Right, because she looks like the most dangerous person in the fucking picture, to be honest. Like that, she is not taking either of their shit. You can just tell.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
She's fucking had enough from bullshit from customers today.
She looks like she heard
she'll bitch slap either one of them if she needs to.
She looks like she heard Noob imitate Chris Tucker earlier.
Oh man.
Yeah, she was definitely very bothered by that.
We're going to the variant now, and again, you have Hulkverse Thing.
I like this one too.
Really?
I'm not a fan.
I do. I don't hate it. It's just it kind of feels one of those classic Hulk versus Thing images.
Dude, they look like they're ballroom dancing.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
They always do.
Not a fan. I do like, however, the Immortal Hulk, how they went back to the old school font, not font, but the way they do the title. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think that's part of it too, to be honest.
For the most part, I mean,
has that classic feel.
It's a pass for me on this one.
That's not the cover I'm picking up. I'm picking up the diner cover, and I'm actually picking up, I think, I believe there's a spoiler cover coming out for that also.
Really? Because I don't see it.
Yeah, you'll have to check the, do the number thing for the next one.
It's a ratio?
No, I don't think it's a ratio, but it should show up for.
Oh, you got this one.
No, that's the Alex Ross. Maybe one more.
That's January 13th. Don't listen to me, people.
Okay, right. There's not a spoiler variant coming for that one then.
We are officially at the point in the show where we get to say the words Iron Man. We got Iron Man number 4.
All right, this is the part where I sit back and
jump off this fucking series if they don't tell me what's going on with his goddamn leg.
Man, enough of the leg stuff. You and Keys,
Listen,
come on.
That shit happened, okay? It was a real thing. His fucking leg was laying there separated from his body in the Free Comic Book Day issue, and we're just ignoring that shit.
I am liking this Alex Ross cover, though. I like that bottom-up perspective that he's doing.
It's not the greatest cover, but, I mean, it's Iron Man, so, yeah, it's dope. I think the cover of the week has to be this one.
Um,
What? Are you serious?
He looked like a Ninja Turtle too.
It's like I don't want to be kicked off your show.
Oh my god.
But
it's okay.
You won't get kicked off. We'll just bring you in next week, and then as you're talking, we'll just cut you off, and then we'll just say, "Oh, I guess we had like a malfunction or something," and that's how we usually cut people off the show.
Is this like a Lethal Protector homage?
I'm gonna be honest. The cover that I like the best this week, we haven't got to yet. We've talked about it before.
I think
I know that you guys have mentioned it.
I think that's the problem with this one. That you guys know Venom and Iron Man are my guys, 1 and 2. So when you kind of put those two together, I'm obviously going to be all over it. I thought you guys
on the screen also, but
I thought you guys would have more excitement for this one. I thought you guys would be in agreement.
Well, the thing is, okay, I do like the color scheme of it all because that whole red and black and everything, but I don't know if I would call it the best cover of the week.
Yeah, this one.
I mean, I think it's just because for the nullified covers, the only one that I've seen that I've really been like, oh, that's fucking awesome was the Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel.
That actually was my
favorite. That was my
favorite
favorite because it's just the most creepy and out there. Like,
I think this is the cover of the week.
Oh, that could be. I actually like that. Like go Iron Man. Hell yeah, I'll pick that up.
Oh man.
Oh, this is like because they're doing those Lego variants, right?
Yeah, they're doing the Lego variants. Yeah, I'll definitely pick that one up.
Sparks is saying that there's a Peach Momoko cover.
Yeah, that's like a one per store because you know how Marvel's doing like an initiative where they're trying to introduce like their new artists in their portfolio, like
the Stormbreakers.
Yeah, the Stormbreakers. So, Peach Momoko is doing a Hellcat cover for Iron Man.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did see that.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you'll see that in the previews though, because I don't think that's going to be in previews. You might have to.
Are you talking about this one?
Helmet is odd.
This one looks so ugly to me because the helmet, it just looks really weird. I don't know what's going on.
So far, I've not picked up any of the headshot variants.
Yeah, they're not.
They're just not for me.
All right, we got King in Black, Immortal Hulk #1. I'm assuming both of you guys are picking this up.
No, actually, once I found out this is a silent issue in the solicitation, I actually might be dropping this one. I can't.
I'm not a fan of
it's not the greatest cover either. Like the art, like I would probably pass by this a few times. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, to pay it's like $5 US, so for us it's like $6.50 or $7 Canadian. To pay $7 for a book with no words that I'm just gonna flip through in like 5-10 minutes, it's not worth the money for me.
Man, that's why I didn't pick up that DC.
It's a one-shot variant. It's a one-shot tie-in too. I don't think it's one of the mini-series tie-ins. So
no, it's a one-shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super popular character right now, very hot. A lot of things under her portfolio are heating up. But we got the magnificent Miss Marvel, #17.
And this is actually the second to last issue of the series. Issue 18 is the final issue.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, we're nearing the end. Obviously, again,
which she's getting a new series directly.
Yeah,
100%. For sure.
100%. Yeah. I'm probably not picking.
I believe that issue has a first appearance coming in it though. I think that Monopoly character. They're saying that the first appearance is in that.
No,
17.
Monopoly.
Yeah, Monopoly has opened up shop in New Jersey.
But Monopoly already came in the previous issue. He was in issue 9.
Oh, was he in the previous issue?
Yeah. Because I picked that up because he's a guy that I said look.
Definitely behind on Marvel. I've got him, but I just haven't read them.
I'll send a picture of Monopoly. He actually looks like Donny Cates if you actually look close.
Wow. Wow. All right.
Newbie. I just sent you
the Marvel villain.
I sent you the Stormbreaker variant on your IG for Iron Man.
Let me take a look. While I get that, we got New Mutants #14 that's coming out. New Mutants, not really something that I'm collecting, but
I'm picking it up because I'm kind of all about the X titles right now. I do like how even though some issues I'm not as fond of compared to others, I do like how the whole world is kind of tied together pretty nicely. So
Yeah, I've been on the fence with oh hey, there's the
yeah,
the
that's
Momo.
the
Oh, that's dope.
Peach Momoko, oh yeah,
and
that's really nice.
that's a one per store, right?
Shit.
Might have to see if I can
I might be
check.
able to get it, to be honest with you, because it's an Iron Man one, so not a lot of people are on it. But again, it is a Peach Momoko.
Okay, so you have to be aware of that.
Yeah, so I don't know,
But yeah, I've been on the fence about certain X titles. I think because Cypher is such an important part, and Magic too, um, have been such an important part of the X universe. I'm gonna have to continue on with New Mutants to see what they're doing with them.
Yeah,
And I've actually I've enjoyed this run of New Mutants too for the most part.
Lasso's been saying meow a lot. He's liking the Hellcat, Black Cat. Yeah, welcome to the Wild Hunt. Yeah. We have Savage Avengers number 16. We got 2 covers.
I dropped this series after the first arc. It's a good read, but it's just one of those reads where it's like a fun read, but I didn't see it having any lasting implications like in the Marvel universe. It was just one of those things where I had
You
to
know
cut.
what the problem is? Like it has like a sort of like the same vibe as Justice League Dark, where
Mhm.
it's a fucking awesome concept, and um, it seems like it'd be really cool. And then whenever they put the series out, it's so fucking inconsequential that nobody cares.
Yeah.
But the
And
thing,
it's completely wasted opportunity. Like, yeah, okay, it's Conan with the Avengers basically, but
yeah.
you could write stories that have actual fucking impact, other than the obligatory tie-in every now and then.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is,
It
I know
just seems like they're afraid to take a risk with those teams.
it's funny you should mention Tyne because I know in the future issues, I think they're supposed to meet Deadpool, right? Because
Yeah,
I
I
saw,
believe that.
yeah, I saw Conan and Deadpool on the cover of Savage Avengers, or it may have been Conan on
I
the
think
cover.
that's the next issue. Yeah, I
Uh,
believe that's the next issue of Savage Avengers. It's Conan and Deadpool.
no, I was just trying to look to see if Finch is still on the Savage covers.
Yeah. Oh, and Noob, I just sent you a picture of Mr. Monopoly, or Monopoly Man, whatever his name
All
is,
right.
on Miss Marvel.
I'll just get through this, and then I'll bring it up because I'm assuming a lot of people are dying to talk about Darth Vader number 8.
He just wanted to say
I think most people are dying to talk about Death Vader, but
Darth Vader. Yeah.
apparently
Yeah,
he's not going to make an appearance this week.
Star Wars is probably one of the hottest topics since last Thursday. I think you can't go on any blog, you can't go on any show without talking. I don't even think you can go a day without looking at Star Wars stuff through IGs and things like that. People are picking up left and right. I mean, it's just getting crazy with some of the books that are going. It is unreal. So I expect that that's going to happen moving forward. But you have Darth Vader, number 8 here. Any significance in anything that's coming out Star Wars, whether it be first appearances or anything?
Yeah, I mean, this guy here that's on the cover, I think this is his first full appearance or something like that.
What that like spider alien?
Yeah, the Eye of Webbish Bog. Not really sure that he's going to be a hugely significant character or anything like that, but I think it's his first appearance, Luke's first cover appearance. Yeah, I can't remember if he actually showed up at the end of issue 7 or not, to be honest. I've seen that cover already, so it sticks out in my head that, seeing his character, because it's obviously very distinctive, but I can't remember if it was just from seeing that cover or if he did actually show up at the end of issue 7.
Yeah.
I mean, I only picked up issue 6 and 7 just because that Ochi of Bastoon, that's how you call it, right, Face?
It is. Yeah, and Ochi of Bastoon or whatever, man, I don't know. Like he's taking on Darth Vader, so how much staying power can he have?
You got
Like I just can't see it ending well for him.
No, yeah, but then again, I mean, it's like I said, it's one of those things where I just bought it for cover, and like I didn't pay like what some people are paying like 15-20 bucks for it, so I figured it was there.
Right? Yeah, if you can get him, for cover, it's definitely a good read. So
you got the Empire Strikes Back cover here is a variant, of course.
I have not been picking up the Empire Strikes Back variants just because I've been picking up mostly the action figure variants, and for certain issues the main covers for the most part.
Yeah, and you guys know me, I'm not really crazy. With
I think there is an action figure variant for that one too, but you'll probably have to do the number trick or whatever. For Darth Vader.
Oh, for the Darth Vader. All right. I just moved up real quick. We got Symbiote Spider-Man, King in Black, number 2. It's a short mini series here.
Seems like it is maybe a bit of. I think it was a bit of like a prequel to King in Black previously. So
it's 2 covers. So we got the variant right here. Personally, I like this one better. Just better art in my opinion. But obviously that's subject to all the buyers. So yeah, I really enjoy this one.
Right.
We have Taskmaster number 2.
Hold on, go back to that. Well, whenever you go back after Taskmaster.
I feel like this one will be quick. I think this is just like okay, Taskmaster, cool, and then
I picked up the first issue. I'll probably pick up this one. Get the miniseries.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I'm gonna read it. Check it out.
Okay.
It's Jed McKay. I don't think it's gonna be super consequential or anything like that.
Which one did you want me to see? The
Darth Vader. Hit on the last one and see if you can go up one number there and see what the if it shows the action figure variant or
this one.
That is not the action figure variant.
That's the design
number. Oh, okay. That's one of the incentives, I believe.
Yeah, that is an incentive. I think that's a 1 in 10, maybe.
This one's for the 20.
Yeah, no, that's for bounty hunters. But the last one that you had there, actually, yeah, that's the incentive variant for. Okay, I guess I'll have to find that too, because
I think that's a 1 in 10.
I don't think he has staying power or anything. I just think it's a cool cover.
Ochi of Bastoon.
Right.
We talked about this. We actually broke.
This is, I think, the best cover of the week. Yeah. I like it. I heard something special happens with this cover or something like that.
I can't seem to put my finger on it.
I'm gonna see if they show
Somebody
it.
Else.
No, they don't. Okay. So we broke the news, 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks Friday? Maybe longer, I think. I think it was like 2.5 or something like that. But anyway, we broke the news that this one had a secret variant. He's unmasked. If you guys checked your Key Collector app today, it was actually announced today that he came up and put it on there. So, yeah.
But just remember, you guys heard it here first.
So yeah, but there is that secret variant. So if you guys didn't know or didn't watch the show, or maybe are just finding out about this information, and you guys are digging the series, or you guys are into those secret variants, make sure you guys, it might be too late, I don't know, but just call your shops or go early enough on Wednesday, Thursday if there's any delays, and ask them about that variant, because I can guarantee you it's probably going to be a $40 book by midday Wednesday. At least, right?
Really? Damn. I really hope. But the thing is, I really hope
you do that though.
I really like that cover too. I mean, that's an awesome cover.
Yeah. I honestly hope that's not the case. Like where shops don't treat this like an incentive, because it shouldn't be treated like an incentive. Because,
but even on the second market, it's probably going to hit those prices, right? Like that's just what happens.
Most likely, but the thing is, I mean, I think we discussed this. The whole point of these secret variants is it's almost like that Willy Wonka golden ticket.
Yeah, to give back.
Yeah, and especially like let's say, I think the way its main function, like the main function of these secret variants is comic shops get them in the stack, and let's say they have people that have the series on their pull box. If it's already going to be in their boxes, you randomly insert those secret variants in people's boxes so that it's almost like a pleasant surprise, or just leave them on the rack and then first come first serve. I mean,
at least let everybody know that it's coming.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that, like if you're gonna put it on the rack, at least let everybody know. You know what I mean? Like I think give a fair chance to everybody. So
I think you're going to see an upcharge regardless, just because they're going to be inserted at like probably about like a 1 in 10 ratio or something like that.
Usually most of these secret variants, I think that's usually it's either 1 in 5 or 1 in 10. Yeah, it's nothing too crazy though. It's not like for every 50 you're going to see one copy.
Yeah, and if you guys didn't pay attention to the video and you guys don't know what the secret variant looks like, it's literally the same cover that we're showing here, except he's unmasked. So just a good thing to look out.
Maybe
Yes.
Can you bring up a comment from the chat that Kachung just put in there?
Yeah, absolutely. This one?
Yeah, this is and this is in regards to that Star Wars Darth Vader that we were just talking about.
Thing?
This actually I'd forgotten about this, but yeah, I did read somewhere something. Not this in depth with what the character was, but I did read that it was a character that was cut from a film. And apparently Kachung here had some more information on it, that it was actually supposed to be, helping Ren locate Vader's ship.
So Kachung, am I supposed to take that I should be buying like stacks of this book or what? Like, is this going to be one of those $300 books that we talk about in phase 6 moving forward?
So I don't necessarily think this is going to be like anything like that huge or anything, but given that it is a character that they cut from a movie and we're going to use, you could see it have some kind of more staying power and see it in future projects more maybe than like Ochi of Bastoon, who's probably going to die horribly at the hands of Darth Vader here soon.
Yeah, just don't bring this up to Keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, because didn't he say he's not picking it up?
He's like
so pissed.
Protected on like his Star Wars collection. Like you would think a guy who's obsessed with Star Wars would be picking them all up, but he's like so picky on what issues he picks up. It's really
but
I'm Iron Man. I kind of understand it because he actually pointed out to me. He's like, "Well, man, you're the Iron Man guy, and you don't pick up Iron Man all that much." And I go, "All right, touche, checkmate." Yeah, so I kind of get it. Yeah.
It's like a bastardization of the property.
So not a huge spec, but definitely a first appearance. The creature has ties to Paul Patton.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that they seem to be doing like how they kind of tied in. They tied in the yellow lightsaber, and they managed to sort of tie in the Forlom Zuckuss error action figure variants. It's something that's been a common trend across the Star Wars comics. Is like they're pulling out these little weird, just weird trivia and stuff like that. These weird facts and using them and making them cool.
And dude, it's Palpatine.
That I corrected myself. I said Palpatine. I pronounced it. Sounded out as I always say. Finishing off the Marvel section before we move into DC, but we have X-Force number 15.
Oh, and Newbie, I sent you the image also of the secret cover for Wolverine.
Yeah, I saw that. I was going to bring it up actually once we were done with this one.
I like this cover. This one, who did this cover? Cassera, yeah. I'm digging this cover though.
Yeah, I like that too.
It's okay.
Now, see, the thing is, Face, because you're reading the X titles, I want your opinion on this one. How do you find Hickman? Because Hickman is kind of like the mastermind behind the whole Dawn X. How do you find these reimagining of certain characters in this whole X? Because I'm not really a fan of how Beast is like this sniveling, underhanded, scientist that he's portrayed to be in these X titles. It's almost like
I'll be honest, some of the portrayals that they've done I've really liked. and some of them I've really sort of disliked. Like, I'm
Yeah.
a huge fan of Kate Pride and portrayal that they've given her lately,
I like her
especially her relationship with both Storm and Emma Frost.
as the
Like
Red
those,
Queen.
those three together, yeah, those three together have just been awesome in the
Mhm.
Marauders series. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Beast and his current portrayal.
Yeah,
Um,
he just seems so slimy in this series.
yeah, they've given him more of a turn towards like the sort of Dark Beast style from Age of Apocalypse,
Yeah.
and it's just one of those things. Like in Age of Apocalypse, people kind of, they like it worked for Age of Apocalypse because he was still Beast in that he was smart and he was a geneticist and everything like that. Everything else about him was very not Beast like, and the portrayal of that character was very like anything that he had ever been. But
Mhm.
it was that drastic change. This change in the Marvel universe just feels kind of like, where the hell is it coming from?
Exactly. This is coming out of left field.
Yeah. It feels awkward, and it's like, what the fuck happened to Beast?
Yeah.
This is that secret variant that we were talking about with no mask. So if you guys weren't able to find a picture of it or don't know what we were talking about, this is it right here. So just make sure that this is the one you're looking for. Again,
Yeah, that's a dope cover.
Yeah, just be careful, especially new people coming in. You hear the word secret variant, and some people might try to sell you the other one. This is the secret variant. He's got no mask, so just keep that in mind.
And like I said, I like this secret variant a hell of a lot more than that King in Black secret variant where they swapped Hulk for the Thing.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that one. I mean, I like the Thing and everything like that, but I would not pick Thing over the Hulk. Like, especially for a huge Marvel event. And if that's what you're showing me on the cover, like the characters that are gonna be, then yeah, no, I'll
Well,
take Hulk.
also, it doesn't help that it was so much in the background and it was so subtle that it's almost like it's you could easily have missed it. Whereas in this case, it's a little bit more distinct between the regular and the secret.
Right.
Now we're moving on to probably best portion of the show, Mr. DC. We got Batman. We got Batman 105.
Yeah, I mean, this current run of Batman has been pretty good, so.
You got what? Clown Hunter, and who's that other guy right there? That's
Ghostmaker.
Ghostmaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we're getting towards the end of the arc with Ghostmaker.
It seems
see-
like the one that I'm hearing a lot more, people kind of leaning towards and being more popular is Clown Hunter.
Yeah.
I'm following the series, but people are saying, there's people in some chats being like, oh, Clown Hunter should be like Robin or should be the next Robin or things like this.
Well, he does appeal to a more younger generation, just his attire and everything else. So he has that appeal for the clown. Whereas, Ghostmaker just looks like a guy with, bed linen sheets as a costume and all that.
Well, and another thing is that like Clown Hunter if to fill the role of Robin, he kind of fills a similar
Like
similar type of character that
the
Damien.
decent hot version of Robin, right? Like
Well, I was thinking more along the lines of like the Damian Wayne version of Robin when he first came in. Like, he was a little asshole and everything like that.
yeah.
But the difference is that Clown Hunter sort of has like reasons to be a little asshole. Like, he's been through some shit, whereas Damien, yeah, I mean, he had some rough training and everything like that, but he lived with the League of Assassins with his mom and his grandfather, and kind of had a privileged life, and he was just a little fucking arrogant prick.
Well, that's the thing. Damien
Whereas,
always,
yeah, Clown Hunter has an attitude because his whole family's fucking dead, and Joker and them were the reason. So
yeah, exactly. There's a reason for that anger. Whereas Damien almost feels like an entitled brat.
exactly. So I think there's more appeal there with this character fitting that.
We got Nightwing number 77. I got to be honest with you, all the Nightwing I shouldn't say all, because someone, in the chat or you guys will be like, no, they're not all the same. They just kind of all have the same vibe to them, to be honest with you. I don't know.
You're not wrong. In terms of, are you talking about like the cover, you mean, or just the story?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did like the ones during the Joker War tie-ins with those B covers. I think it was done by Alan Kwa.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, he did some pretty dope Nightwing covers. Like usually DC's B covers are pretty on point. Even like the Batman 105 one, there's a Matina cover. I mean, Matina's been doing the Batman covers, I think since like the late 90s, the issue 90s, I mean. So this one's going to be no exception. But yeah, you're right though. In terms of the cover, is not that distinguishable for the Nightwing.
Like, I don't know. And I didn't want it to come off like I'm hating on it, but it just, I don't know.
No, I'm with you on this.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'm picking up this issue.
Yeah, I stopped after the Joker War tie-ins. That was the only reason I was picking up the Nightwing books before.
Exactly.
All right, moving on then. We got Justice League number 58.
Is
this is
one,
right?
Yeah, this one I think is an Endless Winter tie-in, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't think there's a whole lot of huge relevance to this event or anything like that. But I picked up like the first issue, second issue I think came out in it so far, and I picked both of those up, and they were all right. So I'm gonna continue along with it and read it.
So
it kind of has one of those old school event feels.
Is it safe to say that DC's book of the week is probably the Dark Knight's Dark Death Metal?
Yeah, that's a fair assumption.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's winding down to the end. But wait, Face, are you picking? So are you going to be reading the Endless Winter series, like with the tie-ins?
Yeah, I'm grabbing them. I think it's like there's actually it's sort of like a straight story that just crosses through different titles. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like I don't think there's actual tie-ins. Like the story just jumps from one issue to the next, but it jumps through each different title.
Gotcha.
We got Aquaman 66. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know anybody who's picking up Aquaman.
I am picking up this issue.
This particular
issue? It's because it's two things about it. It's actually an Endless Winter tie-in also. So it'll be one of, or not tie-in, but it's actually one of the issues in the Endless Winter story. And issue 65, I think, was slated to be the last issue of this run. But because of this Endless Winter issue, I think this is the last issue of this current run. So
okay, so I know one person who's picking up Aquaman, because I haven't heard anybody talk about Aquaman. I don't know anybody picking it up, reading it.
The last Aquaman issue that got a lot of buzz was that when they introduced the Aqua Baby.
Which issue was that?
I think 65.
No, wasn't it earlier than that? It's the one where Mara.
It might have been. I don't remember. That is the last issue of Aquaman that I got though.
No. I think the Aqua Baby came like early 2020. I think it's the one where Mara looks pregnant on the cover.
I'm trying to think if I even have Aquaman in my collection. I think Aquaman is in the same category as Flash for me.
Flash, yeah.
I don't have any books of them.
Yeah, it's issue 49 of Aquaman.
Yeah, Briggs is saying 48.
Was it back that long ago? Holy shit.
Because I remember it was a while back. I actually passed on that issue. I was actually thinking, should I pick it up? It is the first appearance, but I'm like, it's a baby appearance. So I'm like, I'll pass on it. But
we just talked about baby appearances yesterday with Franklin.
Yeah, no, but this is
but
like
Franklin's.
But Franklin's an exception, though.
I mean, this one could be too, but like
Disney.
I picked up that issue. It's somewhere.
DC could be a dumpster fire in like 4 years, and then they're like, you know what, guys, we got to rebrand Aqua Baby.
Well, the thing is, that issue was heating up because the character is appearing in the Future State series for Aquaman.
Right.
Oh shit. Okay, so there you go.
So there you go. So yeah.
What's the book going for right now? Do you know offhand?
I think it's like in that $15-$20.
Oh, okay. So it's not like crazy, but
No.
I don't know if I'm spending $15 on that book.
Yeah. It's not a $50 book or anything. I unless I guess that character catches fire, maybe that book might catch a bit more heat. But right now it's an unproven character at this point, so
Yeah. We got Superman 28, which feels more like Superman 9400, to be honest with you. But we got Superman 28. You guys even saw Lasso, who is more on the DC side, to say it is not meow worthy. I don't know.
Wait a minute, hold on. So I just looked it up, and it says Aquaman 57 for first appearance of Andy Curry.
Aquaman 57?
Yeah, that's what I just found. So I'm not sure which issue it is. I don't know. I think it showed. Didn't it show fucking like Mara pregnant on the cover or something like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually look, because I actually know that.
Because I want to make sure that I do have the right issue now.
I do remember the cover art distinctly, so I could tell you which issue it is.
I thought Mara was pregnant on the cover.
She is. It's a white cover and she's pregnant on it.
Yeah.
Face, I know for a fact you were probably picking this one up. Number 3.
Man, I don't even want to talk about this shit.
Why? Are you not picking it up?
Listen, okay, yes, I know. Rorschach is my avatar, and I am a huge fan of Rorschach, and I want this series to be good, but
it's Tom King.
It does have potential. It does, yeah. See, that's the thing. Okay, It does have potential. I'm not going to sit here and say that Tom King is a horrible writer or anything like that, or that everything he writes is bad or anything. He's written some really good shit. I like Strange Adventures, Vision. That series was really good. What's that?
Mr. Miracle?
Yeah, Mr. Miracle was great. But the last taste of Tom King stuff that I have right now is the Batman run and the first issue of Batman Catwoman. And while Batman Catwoman, I'm not gonna sit here and say that like
it's breathtaking.
Listen, it would have really benefited from maybe some little bubbles referencing what fucking time frame we were in, and
so
it was very all over the place. It jumped around a lot.
Face, I did pick up that first issue of Batman Catwoman. I haven't read it yet, but the thing is, I did finish Tom King's Batman run. Is this one of those issues that you're going to be lost if you never read Tom King's run, or do you need some?
No, not necessarily. You're going to be fucking lost either way.
Oh, nice, lovely.
Like that's just the thing. Like it really would have benefited from some bubbles that just gave reference to what time frame we were in, and what was going on as far as that goes. That's really all I can give you.
Catwoman. We got Catwoman 28. I mean, to be honest, I've stopped really paying attention to Catwoman after issue number 20.
Dude, that Jenny Friedman variant for Catwoman 28 would actually be one of my top covers of the week. That might be
the prison variants have been fucking fire for Catwoman.
If you click on like the variants, I would actually check that variant out for Catwoman 28. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
I'm digging that.
And there's to be a first appearance in this issue of that group.
Also have like Lasso's got to say that meow here because he's been saying that all night. So, what he's saying,
right?
Kitty kid. Yeah, this looks like.
Well, this is definitely worth it on that cover.
This is a good variant for sure.
And yeah, there's also a first appearance in this issue of the group, the Strays, that will be featured in Future State with Catwoman.
And I'll save Newbie the time in the doghouse, and I'll actually say I wouldn't mind people dressing up as this for Halloween.
Damn right. You're gonna dress up as Catwoman.
I mean, they'd be warmer than what Newbie's got them in.
Yeah.
Newbie.
I'm at work. Phone is dying. I'll watch rest later. Great show, guys. Hey, yeah, man, for sure. And don't forget to message us about that Deadpool number 10 spec. Would love to hear your input on that, brother. But have a good night. Hopefully, like I always say, don't work too hard. All right, we got the Batman's Grave number 12.
Oh, wait, hold on.
What?
Chris is saying that it's an Artgerm variant that we just saw for the Catwoman.
Artgerm?
That looked like Frizen, I thought.
Yeah, no, that is a Frizen. There might be an Artgerm variant for it.
Oh, okay, so I misread. I know.
You're gonna get me.
My bad.
Maybe it's an exclusive or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's Frizen.
That is Frizen.
Yeah, Jenny Frizen, variant cover artist.
Yeah.
No, I think he's probably talking about a future Artgerm variant that's coming.
Yeah, there could be future variants, or it could be an exclusive.
Yeah, and by the way, while we were talking, I can confirm it's issue 57 of Aquaman. That's that first Aqua variant.
Is it 57?
It's 57.
Okay, good.
Wow. And Brick said 49, so I mean, yeah, okay, close enough.
Yeah.
Well, whatever works. It's fucking Aquaman. Who cares?
Bricks is saying, oh, it could be exclusive. Yeah, it's true. It's Aquaman. All right, we got Tales from the Dark Multiverse Crisis on Infinite Earths number 1. Holy crap.
Long titles.
Say that name one more time for me. I missed it. Cut out for a second.
You guys can talk about this one.
The thing is, and these are these are $5.99 cover. I'm not really picking up these. I know they're good reads because they're basically an alternate take on popular stories in the DC universe. Because I know they did one for Hush. They did one for what's the other one? Infinite Crisis and all that. So, but I haven't.
I think there's actually been like 8 of them now. There was a first run of 5 of them. They did like Blackest Night, Judas Contract.
Yes, I remember the Judas.
A bunch of other ones, and then this run, I think they're doing 3 or 4 of them. I've picked up all of them. I've liked them all so far for the most part. The first run that they did, like the ending of each one of those stories was pretty savage. The last 2 that I read, War of Gods and Flashpoint, it almost sort of feels like they tried to give it like a good guy ending.
Do you think, these little dark multiverses are going to tie into something bigger, or are they supposed to be just read almost like a one-off and that's it?
I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea what the fuck DC is doing. They're starting to reference, a lot of. They're starting to reference a lot of omniverse stuff, which is to be bigger than the multiverse, because the multiverse is just the different realities of DC, whereas the omniverse would touch into a lot of other stuff. So I'm just not sure where they're going with that,
We've got some great covers to finish off DC here. Another great name. We got the Green Lantern season 2, number 10. I don't know. Green Lantern is heating up though. A lot of buzz around that character. Jessica Cruz obviously getting the bulk of that. But the character is getting hot. So make sure you guys are paying attention when, Green Lantern is coming out for first appearances. Make sure you guys are checking out, when you guys are in bins and dollar bins and things like that, you guys pay attention to the Green Lantern, because sometimes it is an overlooked area. But I don't think there's anything important in this book. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, you mentioned how Green Lantern books are picking up. The current series, that miniseries Far Sector, which came out last year, that book is already I think the A cover is like a $20 book, and and the second print is already like a $50 book at this point, because it was a much more scarcer print.
Wow.
Yeah, the variant cover that's got some pretty good value on it too. The Far Sector the Far Sector series, and especially the first issue, being the first appearance of Joe Moline. It's definitely been hot. There's interest in the character. But I've actually been reading the entire series. It's been really good. This series of Green Lantern, I have no interest in.
Well, also
I've tried, but I just can't get into it.
it's
Great
also
timing. Great timing.
the thing is, it's Grant Morrison that's writing this series, right?
Yeah.
And very much like Hickman, he's very But the thing is with Grant Morrison, I don't know about you guys. I kind of find that he almost punishes you if you don't know your DC history.
I mean, like, I'm great with Grant Morrison writing certain things. Doom Patrol fit Grant Morrison. Like, that shit just felt natural and everything. Grant Morrison writing Green Lantern feels awkward, and I just can't get into the series. That's my personal opinion now.
Yeah,
I could be in a very small minority for all I know, but
Comics Talk Weekly. Don't even worry about it, man. Life happens, work, life, whatever's going on. Don't even worry about it, man. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, man, for coming.
We're just finishing off the DC, and then we're going to be heading into our spec and news portion of the show. So, yeah, sit back, grab some popcorn, grab a Corona, brother. It should be fun.
Just don't put that King in Black tattoo on your forehead like last time.
Teen Titans Endless Winter Special #1. It is a #1. It is Teen Titans, super popular. I'm leaning.
It's just I think it's just an issue where it's going to focus on what the Teen Titans are doing during Endless Winter. So wouldn't get too excited about the fact that it's a #1 or anything like that.
I think just when people, especially me, when I see that #1, kind of do a little bit more research in it. To see if it, that's just the world we live in. We see a #1, we see a new series, we see anything, people just jump on it. So, yeah. And then finishing it off, I don't even think we're going to talk about this, to be honest with you, much, but we got Scooby-Doo, Where Are You, 107.
Oh, man, you don't understand the spec that's on this book, then.
Yeah, it's like the first appearance of, like, Scooby, Iron Man or some shit. Yeah.
Seriously?
No.
Oh, okay.
I know nothing about Scooby-Doo comic books run. So.
You really got to work on your sarcasm voice, because sometimes I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
If they did, and you know what? If this issue does have that, well, you heard it here first, okay? But yeah, no. Just with all the suits that Marvel's given out, Iron Man suits to every character, I just figured, you know what? Why not Scooby-Doo?
Ironically enough, I saw somewhere not too long ago something about, and I have no idea what issue it was, but it was first appearance in Scooby-Doo of the internet troll.
I actually picked
and all I could think of is, if you think this is the first fucking appearance of an internet troll in comics, you're out of your goddamn mind.
Wait, he appears somewhere else?
I mean, New Master 69, you got to give him some credit, right?
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, because I just picked it up just because it seemed like a very funny concept, like internet troll.
Oh, you picked up that issue of Scooby-Doo?
I did pick up that issue. But then again...
Hey, listen, no, I can't blame you. I picked up a recent issue of Looney Tunes. It was a straight cover buy.
But in my defense, that issue was a $2.99 cover, like, it was like a $2.99 book. It wasn't even like a $3.99 book. So it's not like I dipped into the bank account for that book.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like that. The same thing with the Looney Tunes issue that I picked up. It was just straight cover buy. For cover price. I think it was $2.99, $3.99, something like that. So.
I do like those Comic Talk Weekly brought up a point, but I did like those DC Hanna-Barbera mashups that they were doing before. Like where they were taking characters like Deathstroke and Yogi Bear.
Deathstroke and Yogi Bear. That is some shit right there that I did not know I needed in my fucking life until right now.
You know what the funny thing?
I remember that.
The funny thing is Tyler Kirkham did the cover for that one. So, and Frank Thierry did the writing.
And there's a Kirkham variant for it? Oh, fuck, I need this.
No. Kirkham didn't do the variant. Kirkham did cover A.
Oh, even better.
So the thing is, I actually got them. They were both at the Fan Expo. and I got them both to sign that issue.
Oh wow, I'm jealous. I think I'm gonna have to track this down now.
Yeah.
Milk Wars era.
That would make sense.
What is the Milk Face? What is Milk Wars era? I'm lost.
DC, so Milk Wars was like it was a weird crossover. They did with DC and like I know they did with the Young Animal imprint and stuff like that. So
Yeah, well, because this one came out like the ones that I'm thinking about. These issues came out in 2018, I believe.
Is saying Young Animal.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it was involved with Young Animal.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Young Animal is the imprint that's doing not Naomi, sorry, Far Sector, I believe.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Like Young Animal, I believe, is the imprint that's doing Far Sector because they're doing more like the teen, the what is it, like the mature teen titles like Far Sector and what was the other one? Wonder Twins.
I think they were doing Young Justice.
Yeah. So
yeah, a lot of those teen-based titles.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that does it for the new comic book day side of things. We just wrapped up with DC, so now we're gonna move into our comic news / spec side of things. Do one of you guys want to kick it off, or what? Do you guys want me to kick it off? What do you guys want to do?
I'll let one of you two set the tone. And
all right, Face, you set the
newbie. No. Newbie, this is your week. I know you're dying for it. You got enough spec, I'm sure, with two different things to cover everything. So we got to let you have a little spotlight because I don't know if you're ever going to get this much glory again.
Give me 2 seconds.
I don't know. I hope I get to what you think I have. I do have a few books I want to talk about. Obviously, I'll give some news first. So there is some news that they reportedly have already set and casted the woman that will be playing Cyclone in Black Adam. I'll be posting about that, so make sure you guys check that out. Another DC side of news is, and I quote from Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder says that due to Batman using the F-bomb and Steppenwolf basically hacking people in half, his Justice League may get an R-rated film. So be on the lookout for that. I'm not sure if a lot
I heard about that, and that does not in any way, shape, or form make me want to see this film more. Like usually I'm not I don't get bent over the ratings in certain movies or anything like that. But these are DC characters. This is Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman. And you just think of how those characters have historically been portrayed, especially to kids and everything like that. And I have no desire for a Justice League with an R rating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. It's almost like
it's really mind-boggling that they would show that they would do that.
And I mean, the other thing is you already when it would be like sort of appropriate for that type of approach, they already did it with the animated Justice League Dark movie, and it just feels like we're biting off of that because it really was actually pretty good.
Yeah. Staying with DC, it's not like it's DC, but just on that side of the spectrum, we also have news that Mortal Kombat has an official date. It will be coming out April 16th. This, I got to be honest with you, since the first Mortal Kombat, since I was a kid, people have been talking about Mortal Kombat coming out, and I've been like, yeah, okay, sure it is.
I enjoyed the first movie, though.
Yeah, the news that this is coming out is news to me. Like, it is, like, when HBO did their thing before last Wednesday, it was news to me that they even had it, like, in production and things like that. So the fact that they're saying, hey, we got a movie, April 16th is our date, like, I think that's pretty huge.
Yeah, you actually mentioned it the other day, and I had no idea that it was coming out either. But now they told me about it, I'm actually kind of excited about it, and I'd like to check it out. I'm hoping it'll be decent.
You know, like Mortal Kombat is such like a culture icon for, I don't want to say just us, because there's a lot of people who grew up on them, like playing the video game and things like that. But man, in 2021, with the effects that we have, with what they have in technology, I can't wait to see Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Like, I can't wait. Like, I hope we fight. Like, I don't know. I can't wait for Sub-Zero. I'm a Sub-Zero guy. I'll say that right now. But I can't wait to see how they do them.
Have you seen? So I'm guessing you probably saw the first two movies, like Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yeah, they were both terrible.
Well, the thing is, the first one was actually not bad. I mean,
the second one was like the worst one, because
the second one
those bots. You know what I mean? Like they had like smoke or
Cybot, I think.
Cybot, yeah, it was like yellow, red, gray, yeah.
I mean, the first movie, I didn't think the first movie was bad or anything like that.
No.
I didn't think it was great. The second movie was not good. There was a Mortal Kombat animated Scorpion's Revenge that was actually good.
There was a show, maybe Hyper and anybody Canadian might be able to recall, because it was on a Canadian broadcast. Not to say that they didn't show it in America, but do you remember back in the day they had like a TV series of Mortal Kombat, and it was on the station, the VR, and it was like half-hour shows.
I actually don't remember.
No, yeah, they had that. It was okay. It just basically followed like Luke Cage and all those guys. They were in like that world, and then like
Luke Cage?
Oh, I think I do remember that.
Yeah, do you? Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And basically, yeah, like for the most part, like they made Sub-Zero kind of be a good guy, help him out.
You meant Donnie, not Donnie Cage, Johnny Cage.
Whoa.
Johnny Cage. Luke, yeah,
Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat? Oh, shit. That'll sell like fucking fire, bro.
Listen,
there was a show. You know what? I'm going to try to do some research on it, but
Mortal Kombat Legacy. There it is. Mortal Kombat Legacy. It's in chat.
Yeah. I think it only lasted maybe a year. I got to say, I can't see it being.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was more than one season.
Wait a minute. Wait, is this? You said this was in live action or an animated?
This movie is live action.
Is this the one with Michael J. White?
I don't know, because I don't know of any of the cast. Like I didn't hear anything. Like once they announced it, that's when.
I think I saw some of that on YouTube actually. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so Jamira's got it right. Yeah, Michael J. White. He portrayed Jax.
Oh, really, Jax? Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. Now it's coming back to me. Yeah.
And then the final news before I get into my spec stuff is the final news is that the people, the guys that played, so I know the one guy, William Dafoe, and then I don't remember who played Sandman, but those two guys are actually in talks right now.
Oh,
Hayden.
Thomas Hayden Church.
Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah.
That's what.
So him and William Dafoe, who played, that Thomas Hayden guy, he played Sandman, and then William Dafoe played the Green Lantern. Lantern.
Yes, that's awesome. There we go.
Green Goblin.
William Dafoe is the Green Lantern. We need that shit in our lives for sure.
He played Green Goblin.
Which Green Lantern though? Hold on. Which Green Lantern? So is he gonna be Kyle, Guy, fucking Hal, Kilowog maybe?
It's not so much what newbies said now. It's just the visual of Willem Dafoe as.
Yo, but hold on. No, hold on though. We could actually get somewhere with this, because think about this for a second. William Dafoe, Sinestro. Can we make that work?
Yeah.
Can we make it work? He can go fucking bad later, and go ape shit. And we know William Dafoe can play good guy at least for a little bit.
Oh man. So they're actually in talks right now, and if you guys have been, paying attention to my Insta and things that I've been talking about, I know everybody's been just kind of talking about the Disney Investor Day and like Star Wars and all that stuff. But if you remember before that, leading into Monday and Tuesday, the hot thing and the hot topic was the fact that Tobey Maguire, Kristen Dunst, and Andrew Garfield were going to be coming back. It was approved, their contracts, so they're going to be in the next Spider-Man 3.
Wait. But with Kristen Dunst, is it confirmed? Because last I heard it was like a negotiation, but is she actually?
Yeah, no, they're supposedly all done. They also got what is it? Alfred Molina.
Molina, yeah.
To be Dr. Ock. Dr. Ock. Now you have Man, Green Lantern, or Green Goblin from different movies, right? And different Spider-Man. So, me personally, I think that this is just going to open up. I mean, I was against this. I think a lot of people, not against it, but they were saying, it was kind of too soon. But I think it's open the door to a live-action Miles because you have all the multiverses.
So here's the thing. On paper, it sounds like a great concept when you're trying to do the fan service for the three Spider-Mans. It's the execution that I'm kind of worried about. And it takes me back to Spider-Man 3 when you're trying to cram a lot of things in on one movie. I mean, I understand they're trying to do like the whole three Spider-Mans and all that. I'm just like, it's not like we have Kevin Feige at the helm or the MCU. This is like a Sony picture. And I don't know. They haven't given me enough goodwill for me to completely be on board with this yet. It's more like I'm hoping it turns out great, but it's just the execution of it I'm kind of worried about.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be two.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like I really want it to be good, but at the same time, there's a lot that goes into this, and the reason why this movie feels like really appropriate and like a really shitty idea at the same time, because like it does feel really appropriate in that you can see Marvel is definitely trying to greatly expand the universe and the storytelling potential in live action series and the movies and whatnot. And opening up the Spider-Man universe through live action into the Spider-Verse style movie makes sense to keep in line with that current trend.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, it wasn't that long ago that we got the animated version of Into the Spider-Verse, and it almost sort of just feels like a fucking desperate money grab on something that they know was good and are kind of ripping it off.
I just know there's going to be.
Whereas they could be taking time to do more work in the Spider-Man universe that they're developing. Maybe having Venom and Spider-Man cross over and fixing that situation would be.
Oh, okay. So you're saying like you want more like the Tom Holland Spider-Verse to almost be a bit more fleshed out before they go into this whole three Spider-Man business.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a big jump really early in what they've been giving us. And Tom Holland is still pretty young. Like, he has time. He's got more movies left under his belt. Into the Spider-Verse kind of feels like it could be one of those things where they save more towards the end, I think. But, it could still be, and I really do hope that it'll be good, and enjoyable, and it won't feel too rushed or, crammed with shit in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it is very possible that these announcements and seeing these people in the movies are going to be like, sort of like maybe even quick flashes as he travels through different, dimensions and stuff like that, whereas not actually full on roles. Who knows what part they're going to play in them. So
yeah, I just think that this is going to be with everything that's going on. They could be screwing with us in the sense that, okay, they have all these castings. It could be some small role. It could be something huge. I just think going into this movie, I'm already thinking it's going to be a 2 to 3 hour movie, just because of everything that they're probably going to have to do if they're introducing the other two again and giving them their kind of, their due. Now you have Sandman in Andrew Garfield. You have Green Lantern and Doc Ock from Tobey Maguire.
Mm-hmm.
What villain are they going to bring in the Tom Holland? You know what I mean? It kind of almost seems like they're setting up Sinister Six But what Sinister Six are we going to get? Because you got villains from different timelines, right? So I don't really know what that's going to do, because I do know a lot of people are. I mean, it is a hard book to get, but I know a lot of people are looking and are wanting to purchase that Sinister Six book, that
Spider-Man Annual.
Annual #1, yeah. But again, I don't know. There's way too much going on, way too many casts. I thought it was pretty funny because somebody had messaged me this meme where it was like, Mark Hamill is in talks with Marvel to reprise his role in Spider-Man, and I died, because we're getting characters that are literally just coming, from all ends of all the Spider-Verses. So it's going to be interesting to see.
I'm going to be more disappointed if Bruce Campbell doesn't make an appearance.
Yeah. Read or die. If you've been following a few comments that we've made, not today, but just like throughout the weeks and things like that, I have been saying Mysterio is not even dead. I don't think Mysterio is dead.
Oh, another thing? If they are going to do a fucking Into the Spider-Verse movie and they don't give a shout out to Bonesaw, I'm going to be so disappointed.
Oh, Macho, but they can't though, because Macho Man.
No. They can find a way to give a shout out somehow. There is some fucking way that they can do it and make it make sense.
Shout out to Macho Man, Randy Savage.
We need that. It has to be in the movie. If it's not, I'm just going to be horribly disappointed and probably not watch it.
All right, moving on.
I'll still watch it, but
moving on from the movies, yes. So agreed. Yeah, I don't think Mysterio's done. I talked about it because
definitely.
Once that movie finished, the first thing that I saw people do was dump their what is it? Amazing Spider-Man. I think it's number 13.
But see, that's.
I don't know why the hell you would dump your Amazing Spider-Man number 13 ever for any reason.
That's a silver.
What happened in the movies? That's Amazing Spider-Man 13.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's just it just crazy, because a lot of people just thought, oh, okay, he's done, whatever, right? It's that fear of like losing out, obviously. But yeah, I was always telling people, I'm like, he's not done, and if they bring Sinister Six or they do something, like he's still gonna hold value in that book. So I was always saying, collect, sell, buy, whatever you do, but just the way people were like getting rid of that book once that movie finished, I was just shocked. I was like, wait, what? Why? So,
but yeah, it's a Silver Age key in and of itself, even before the movie. So
number 13, come on.
Yeah, and
I don't care what happens with Mysterio in the movie. If I have Amazing Spider-Man 13, which I don't, but if I do have it, I don't give a fuck about that movie. I'm not selling it for,
Yeah.
Come on, guys. This isn't Codex Revice.
Yeah.
That's.
So if you guys checked into us yesterday, I was talking about, we talked about the Disney stuff, and I didn't really want to touch too much on, say, Armor Wars or Ironheart. I do have three books that I really want to talk about. That maybe you should be paying attention to a little bit more than others. I'm going to throw this information out because a lot of people don't realize in the Iron Man run a certain thing, which is Iron Man 282 is the first appearance of War Machine. However, it is not actually War Machine as we know it. It is actually the first time the War Machine armor is worn by Tony Stark. Okay, So that book is going to have value. It's always held value. I think it's like $150, $200 book, somewhere around there. It is seeing a little spike with all this stuff, a few bucks here and there. But just a few books to be on the lookout for, because again, Iron Man is not something that people collect. But you got Iron Man 170. This is the first appearance of James Rhodes as Iron Man. This is important because I don't know if he will wear that suit eventually. I think they could pay homage to it where he does wear it.
He's got it.
Yeah, but just like the actual red and gold.
Oh, okay.
Suit, you know what I mean? So that is a book I would probably be on the lookout for. Another book in accordance with Iron Man is Iron Man 284. So this is in that run where you just, you finished getting the cameo, then the first appearance of the War Machine armor and things like that. but this is actually the first time that James Rhodes wears that armor. I know that Key Collector put it on his app. I think it was on Friday. I mean, before Friday, you could probably find this book for like $5. I don't know what it's done to this book since Key Collector put it, but I mean, this has always been a book that people were telling you to grab. So again, it just goes back to how weak the Iron Man run is, in my opinion. Third Iron Man book that we'll talk about is 219. This one's a little more pricey. We talked about this on our show yesterday, but this is the first appearance of Ghost. It's a white cover. If you can get it in a 98, 96, that's where you want it. It's still pretty affordable. We talked about this being a character that we might see moving forward with this whole run. So just be on the lookout for it. A lot of people were selling it. There is a few copies here and there, but it's just a book, cool book to have. Ghost, I don't think is done, especially with Ant-Man and things like that.
Yeah, and just the way she ended, like her character was written off in the second Ant-Man movie. Yeah, clearly,
Yeah, and the other book to kind of tie all this Secret War stuff is the first appearance of West Coast Avengers. If I know Sparks is in here, and I know he had said that Lords of the Long Box did a long-term spec with Armored Wars, and they kind of took the route of Secret Wars. I don't know if that's the route they go. I mean, that's why people spec and things like that. I don't know, like, me reading I read that series, 225 to 231. It's 6-7 issues. I don't know. We've seen some of the characters. Crimson Dynamo is in there as well. I don't think that book is already almost 1,000 to 2,000, depending on the condition. Justin Hammer, we've already seen. The two names that kind of stick out to me is Stiltman. So that's he's in Daredevil. I can't remember what issue. And then West Coast Avengers. West Coast Avengers come and kind of give they ask Tony Stark for his help. Like, if they want their help, Tony Stark says no. But again, I don't. Obviously, it's not going to be Tony Stark this time. It's going to be War Machine, James Rhodes. So I could see them kind of getting one or two of those characters and them getting help. I don't know. It's a possibility. You never know. It's a book that's undervalued, not looked for. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it because when you look at the characters that are in that team, you got Hawkeye, you got Iron Man, which could be essentially James Rhodes. Who else is there? Piper.
Was it War Machine?
Yeah, War Machine.
Yeah.
But it's Iron Man in the original comic. So, I don't know.
I think with this Armor Wars series that you're gonna get, you might get obviously you're gonna get a different take on it than the actual Armor Wars storyline, because that's centered around Iron Man, and we know that Armor Wars is gonna center around War Machine.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a different take on it. I'm not sure what they're gonna do with the West Coast Avengers. I feel like it's perfect if they don't necessarily fully bring them into the series, at least on they have to give some kind of an homage to it in at least one of the episodes or something. Just bring in Jeremy Renner for at least an episode. Maybe Adrian Palicki to play Mockingbird. Bring him in for an episode and give us that West Coast Avengers episode at the very least.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see a lot more Riri in this series.
Yes.
And then her series will sort of be a spin-off out of this. One of the things that I really like about this Armor Wars series, though, is that Marvel, under Kevin Feige, has shown that they love to free up these actors to do what feels most natural and do what they do best. Like Chris Hemsworth's take on Thor having more of a sort of a comedy feel than the first two movies.
I think that's what you're going to get with
I think in this Armor Wars series, you're going to see a lot more that stand out. Like Don Cheadle is a great actor, and he can play serious really well, but he can play comedy, or funny, sort of sarcastic type of role really well too. And I think you're going to get to see him embrace that a lot more in this Armor Wars series. And I think it's going to be an even better take on the character than we've already seen in the movies. So I'm excited for Armor Wars. I really am, because I love Don Cheadle as an actor.
Yeah, and I think you can get that comical side of things with him. He's proven that he can be that funny guy, so I see it. The other thing, when, like Sparks just said, I think there's going to be, and you said, I think there's going to be a lot of there is going to be a lot of Riri Williams. I think this is the perfect time to kind of have her in the background. You know what I mean? Because I don't think you're going to get, like, I have a hard time believing that they're going to start the Ironheart and they're just going to start it off so boring where they follow her. Because, again, she doesn't have any powers. She's just super smart and builds the suit just like Tony, right? So I don't think that series is going to kick off where season one, or the first episode and the second episode, is like her being in school, getting frustrated, being that rebel, building her own suit. I think we're going to get that already in Armor Wars. I think Don Cheadle and James Rhodes' character, he's probably going to be there to help. Okay? Which leads me to another book. Because I also think that you can't have Riri Williams, you can't have this suit technology without talking about another character. And I think that this character and this book might I don't know if it's going to spike. I mean, I've talked to you guys about it yesterday. I kind of gave you the inside deeds. There was one person who there's only one person who knew about this before anybody else, before I told you guys, was Manny. Manny actually contacted me and he said, "What do you think about this?" I said, "Man, I'm looking for this book. This is a book I don't think." So shout out to Manny because he was on it too. But you have to just keep in mind where they were kind of going with it. At the end of Black Panther 1, what happens? A lot of people sleep on this. The end scene. The end scene is T'Challa being at his uncle's place. What happens? That old building, he buys it and says this is going to be a technology school. And I think he says, I can't remember fully, but I think he says for girls.
That part I have to watch.
Yeah, I think he says for girls because of Surrey, or he could have just said for kids. I can't remember. But I think that's where I opened my mind and said, okay, Riri Williams is coming. Like, that's what I needed to know, that Riri Williams and Ironheart were coming. People laughed. They didn't put two and two together. And now look, it's just been blown up, right? With that said, I think you're going to have two characters kind of mentor Riri Williams. You're going to have James Rhodes.
Right.
Yeah, Sparks, you're right on. He's going to be the mentor, obviously. But you're also going to have, three characters, sorry. You're going to have James Rhodes. You're going to have a book that I've talked about in the past. Mel V's talked about it. A few people have talked about it. Last year, people were talking about it. It's obviously Tony Stark, but it's the AI version. So you have that book that I talked about weeks ago where it was Infamous Iron Man #1. So that is the first appearance of AI Tony Stark. But the other character that I think is going to have a major say is Shuri herself, which brings me to the next book. Ironheart #9. This is the first appearance and the first meeting of Shuri and Riri Williams. Riri Williams goes to Wakanda. They meet, they chat, boom, boom, boom. The way things are going in the comic culture and the comic community right now, with meetings, with first fights, with battles and things like that, I think this could be a slept-on book. Not a lot of people are talking about it. You can't really find it a lot. So it's a good chance to pick it up while nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, I know you mentioned.
That's one of the... Go ahead, Hyber.
No, I was just gonna say, I know you mentioned this a bit before, and yeah, I'm actually curious if I do end up finding it in the wild, because that was from which imprint was that? That was like last year's imprint, I believe.
I think it was 18.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
it's a cool cover. It's basically got like all the people from Wakanda, and then there's like Shuri, obviously, and then there's like Riri Williams given a face, like, because she kind of sticks out, right? Like everyone's kind of dressed in like Wakanda stuff, and then she's just there kind of like what's going on kind of thing. So yeah, but again, like
one of the things that's
people laughed, like people laughed, and I told you guys this because I've had people laugh at me. I've had people message me, be like, dude, don't even spend your money, don't waste your money. But a month ago, not even a month ago, like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, like my comic shop had a 9.8 sell for $36 US.
That's insane.
People laughed, and now look, people.
that's crazy.
I know it's only a matter of, okay, people, a comic's only worth what people will buy, but I mean, people are selling them for like $200, $300, $400. It's ridiculous. You guys have seen me on my Instagram. There's a guy selling one for like $1,200. It's out of this world.
$1,200?
Yeah, this book right here, the first movie,
Stanley's DNA on it or something?
I don't know. But the first movie between Suri and Riri, two young characters, two characters that are the next mantle, if you will. I don't think this is a bad buy, especially if you can find it in the wild and in the back for like what, dollars to nothing. You know what I mean? Like if you can get this book under $10, it's a win. It's a win, I guarantee you. Because
now I'm curious if I'd be able to find that. Like, because I mean, it's one of those books that, like, I mean, as mentioned, is probably going to be under a lot of people's radar. So even if LCSs do have a copy, I don't think they're going to price it like you would see. Like,
I don't think they'll know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of those things that, like, unless you're a very savvy owner, it's probably going to be something that you probably find in a. If your LCS has a large back issue section, you could probably find it in that.
Let me see if I can get a picture for everybody, because I want to make sure that if you do find it, you know, don't overlook it, kind of thing. Like, you know, pick it up. Let's see here. I got it right here, guys. So let me just bring it up. So it is that one in the top corner. This one right here.
As a cover itself, it's actually pretty interesting. Yeah, I never saw the cover before, so that's actually pretty cool.
So you know, it is a number 9. You know, it is, but definitely when you're talking about the future of Marvel, when you're talking about what could be, this is a perfect example right here. This could be a book that is well under the radar. It's just a matter of time before they meet, and who knows? Like if they have a big role where like they are the future, where I know they said they're not casting Black Panther, but if she does one day take that mantle and she fights alongside Riri Williams in that armor, guess what? People are going to go back to this book and probably give you a pretty penny. You know what I mean?
Even if it doesn't pan out, that cover itself almost is very eye-catching. Like, you know, like certain things, certain books, there's no rhyme or reason why certain covers catch heat. I kind of feel that once Riri Williams hits that pop culture, you know, presence where she's a bit more mainstream.
Yeah, and I think she will, except for the fact that Face made a good what's it called? Good point yesterday, where the girl that they casted as Riri Williams doesn't look. I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but
the thing with Riri is that when Riri initially came into the comics, she was fairly unlikable. And the actress that they cast to play her does not give off an unlikable vibe at all. I mean, you know, and I'm not sure that I can be convinced that she's going to be able to pull off unlikable. They picked a very likable actress for her. But the advantage of that is because if they do, like you're saying, they first bring her in, you know, in Black Panther 2 maybe, and show her in like the tech school. Then they slowly bring her in to Armor Wars with Don Cheadle and getting mentored by War Machine. They could go through that period where she's to be unlikable rather quickly if they, you know, do it in those miniseries, and then turn her into whatever that character is going to be, however that actress is going to naturally portray her.
Yeah, because the thing is, I mean,
for her own miniseries or for her own television series or whatever.
Because and especially because the show is going to be centered around her as a central character. They can't. I have a feeling Disney would have to kind of almost morph that character a bit. They can't really make her too unlikable to the point where fans are going to get sick of her, because at that point, that's just,
exactly.
It's one thing if she's like a supporting cast on an ensemble show, but because she's the actual central character, they can't steer too much into that whole unlikableness, because you at a certain point you kind of have to get fans to get behind this character, right? So,
and number 9 is her first appearance. Riri Williams is right here. If you guys are picking up this book, I probably advise you to pick it up raw, because these are going for about $400 in a 9.8. Just make sure the writing here is in white, because if you get the one that's in blue, baby blue, I think it's a baby blue. If you get the one that's in baby blue, that is the second print. It's not going for as much, so just be careful if you're new to collecting, and again, you're falling into the trap of listening to everybody and things like that, and you don't know what you're looking for. Just make sure you pay attention to if a book has a second print and things like that. The one you want is the one with white, so just make sure.
And another thing that Marvel has a little bit of a trend of doing lately, it seems like, is that they sort of pull certain characters away and bring them out of the spotlight for a while, as they're getting ready to like use them in live action, and then they bring them back again in the comics to coincide with live action, and usually the characters portrayed more along the lines of how they've been portrayed in the movie or whatever. And right now, Riri Ironheart is very much out of the spotlight, like in the comics and everything like that. She doesn't have her own series going on currently,
but
even really featured much in Champions.
You know for a fact that like when that series rolls around, or when it's close to getting, that premiere episode, you know that the comic publication will be doing like Riri, at least a mini.
Exactly. And they're doing it with Ms. Marvel too. That series is getting canceled, I believe, here in the next few issues, and then they'll definitely bring her back whenever they start up the TV series. And you can almost bet that the art on that series will somehow have the character look even more similar to the actress than they've been pictured before.
Before you guys go, I just want to say this, because I always used to be, questions would always pop up about Riri Williams, and I'm assuming Comics Talk Weekly, you're not talking about number 9. So this is number 9. This is her first full appearance. Number 7 that has that circle. Is number 7. I think number 9. The second print has the circle here too with the same thing, but number 7, which is her cameo, the third print has her in the circle. A lot of people debated on if that was the first cover appearance. It's not, with release dates and things like that. Yeah, so he's saying 7 is the third print that he's talking about. Or Sparks is saying, 7, the third print. Yeah. For a while, people were buying it just because people were, it was cheap enough. You could find that book for about $25 to $30 Canadian, and people thought, oh my God, it's the cover appearance, the first cover appearance. It's not. It's been proven that it's not, just from release dates and things like that. So just be careful. Is it a bad book to have? Not at all. If you're banking on the character, or you like the character like me, I mean, if I saw that book, I'd probably pick it up, to be honest. For the everyday reader that's maybe looking for a flip, I don't think you're going to find value in that third print, to be honest with you. Just my opinion. Stick to getting number 7 or number 9 if you can. Again, try to get it in raw, because this bad boy in a 9.6 is almost $400.
Once that series gets closer to hitting, all of those books will probably heat up.
It's they're gonna catch that residual heat. Like, obviously everyone wants the first appearance, but if they can't get that, they're gonna go for the next best thing, which is obviously later printings or anything else that like. And I even mentioned also like those ratio variants that has Riri on them that are a bit more scarce certified. Like even the one that just came out recently, that IDW series Marvel Chillers, the 1 in 10
Yeah,
for number one that has Riri front and center with Doctor Strange.
yeah. That came out like 3 weeks ago, right?
No, 3 weeks ago was the issue number 2. It came out probably like a little over a month ago, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, but because it's not like, see, Riri is almost like the opposite of Venom. Like Venom, you could probably, throw a stone and you'll find a Venom cover.
yeah.
It's not the same case with Riri. It's her ratios are few and far between. You
Yeah,
mentioned,
that hip hop variant that Bricks is talking about.
Yeah.
Again, those hip hop variants, again, for like 3 weeks, it was like skyrocketed, and then, I mean,
it's a cool cover though. I like that.
yeah,
Because,
100%. I just
It's a really underrated hip hop variant that I absolutely love is that Howard the Duck, because it's the
Old Dirty Bastard.
first appearance of Gwenpool also, yeah, and it's the Old Dirty Bastard one.
Yeah. A lot of those hip hop because it's almost like it takes me back to my time when I actually liked hip hop, like back in the throwback days,
Right?
when Miss Marvel had the Fuji cover.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's so many of those hip hop covers that are just great.
So before we run out of time here, I obviously want to give you guys, we kind of got carried away there on my spec, but I'm assuming you guys have some news or some spec you guys want to talk about. So
I was totally content to let you have it this week.
oh shit.
Yeah. I mean, like the thing
I
is,
knew you had it this week.
Yeah, I was just pumped because I knew last week I was going to be talking about Iron Man and kind of Riri Williams, and then that investor thing happened, and I was like, oh, I'm definitely talking about it. And then, yeah.
Right. And it was just a time consideration with considering how long it usually takes us to get through all the books. Even though this was a light week and everything, and then once we get to Spec.
It was a pretty light week. But if you guys do have any news or anything, the stage is yours.
I don't know. I mean, like for me, it's like we didn't really touch on this yesterday too much because there was so much ground to cover. We weren't able to talk on all the properties that Kevin Feige was announcing during his investor talk, but like we know that like Miss Marvel is coming as a TV series as opposed to a movie, and we know that she's going to first appear in the Captain Marvel sequel. I believe that's going to be her first intro into the MCU. So the fact that she's coming in as her own TV series and not just like a feature-length movie, it almost opens up the door for more characters to be introduced, I find.
Yeah.
And because Miss Marvel's legacy, Kamala Khan, I mean, it doesn't have a very long history in terms of as opposed to other characters. A lot of those first appearances, you could still find them on the cheap. I mean, you're not going to find them for cover price, but like we know for a fact, I think the guy Cameron, not the rapper from Dipset, but the other Cameron.
Dipset?
Yeah. The younger audience might not know who Dipset is, but yeah.
Like, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah. Google it.
Yeah, but we know he's coming into the series. So, like, aside from her first appearance, a lot of those characters you could still find them pretty affordable. I mean, it's not going to be cover price. You're going to be paying like $15-$20 for them, like from the early Miss Marvel series from 2015 and the 2016 series. I believe she did a second volume, and even the series that's currently in print right now, 2018. They've introduced a few characters. We mentioned like a few during the show, like Monopoly Man or Mr. Monopoly. I'm not saying that these are going to appear in the show, but because they're doing episodic, it's an episodic show. I don't want to say it's almost like a CW thing where they're going to be burning through characters, but it's a larger platform that would allow more characters to be introduced, as opposed to having like a movie that's going to be coming out like every 2-3 years, where you're thinking, okay, in this movie, there's only going to be like maybe 2 or 3 characters they're going to be introduced, whereas in a TV show, I just find that you'll have a lot.
I think that's a lot of the potential disappointment that people will have with some of these series when they do come out and everything like that. Like, I believe you're definitely going to see them touch on the fact that they're tied into the greater MCU and everything like that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I expect these to be a lot more like street level shows, sort of like the Daredevil Netflix series and stuff like that were.
Exactly.
And like if people are willing to take that for what it is and just enjoy the shows for what they are, they'll be great. I do think with like Miss Marvel and Riri, you're gonna see them focus on more of like probably a teen friendly type show.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, from all descriptions of the show, it does seem like it's going to be a family based, not family based, but it's going to be centered around like her relationship with her family, which is very prominent in the comic series. So yeah, don't expect that series to be one where she's going to be like fighting intergalactic, like that's like that's the ratio, right? The 1 in 25.
No, this is just the cover A. This is the first appearance of AI Tony Stark.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, you could probably find this in dollar bins for like $3.
Yeah.
And that's a really good way to keep Robert Downey Jr. around as
he's gonna be. That's what's gonna happen. He's good. Like he's gonna be. If he's gonna be with, they've already said he's gonna be in it. Like in that role, the book didn't seem to. The only people picking it up were Iron Man people. But you could still find this. Again, this is another book that the white here is what you want because there are multiple prints. I believe the other one is in blue as well. So just make sure you're getting the white one. I picked this up for $1. And they're like $25, $30.
Yeah, because also it's an issue one, right? Because like we mentioned before, issue ones tend to be more printed than subsequent issues, so you could
cover, so it's hard as hell. But yeah, guys, this was $1 book a few weeks ago, a few months ago. I think this one will kind of heat up. Is it going to be $1,000 book? No, it's not. But if you're an Iron Man guy like me, this is a good book to have. I haven't seen too many graded, so I don't know if I'm going to send it off to CGC. But again, we are going to see Tony Stark moving forward as AI. It just happens. If you follow the reruns and things like that, it happens. So.
Well, when you say graded, would it be graded just for your own PC or grading it?
Yeah. Graded for my own personal. That one's going in my coffin, I think.
Damn, this is, you got too many slabs in your coffin, man. You're gonna need to get a bigger coffin.
Yeah, I know. That's the.
Are you even gonna have room for yourself in the coffin at this point?
No, probably not.
But
just bring in a bunker with them.
But if you see this book, Manny, if you're still in here, you'll catch it on the rewind. We talk a lot, so I know you're out there. This is a book. Again, if you find it, just pick it up. Like for what I guarantee you won't be finding that book in bins for more than $7, $8.
Again, I mean, unless you have a shop that is gonna overcharge you for that.
Yes. Yeah, I haven't seen it though. I have not seen it, man. I've been there when a buddy of mine picked one up in a shop. He paid, I think, $4, $3, something like that.
But then again, you have seen that Invisible Iron Man going for like 15, 20, and that was a readily available issue #1 as well. So, you never know with these things.
Yeah.
But going back to my thing, that's my pick with Miss Marvel. And the thing is, and this was my philosophy when you have like characters that don't have a long legacy, it's not a bad idea to put them on your pull list. I mean, obviously we always say collect what you like, but characters that are still in that stage where they're doing a lot of world building, such as Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, because the thing is, you can't really, if I were to ask, people that read comics, give me like the rogues gallery of Miss Marvel, it's very hard to actually.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. So, that's why characters like Spider-Man, Batman, those characters are very much well established, and usually when new characters are introduced in those series, you tend to realize that they don't really stick around very long because they tend to be like flash in the pan characters because they already have their tried and true characters. Like, Batman has like Poison Ivy, like you know the list. But then that's why like these younger, more juvenile characters like Miles, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, these characters I'm kind of keeping on my pull list because I'm reading them. But I also think that what Marvel is introducing could set the stage for what's going to come in the MCU. Maybe not like obviously in the next year or so, but like in the future.
Take care, Lasso. Thanks for joining, brother. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Sparks is saying one of my shops has one. I'm so sure. Sparks, again, like I said, just make sure the writing, the Iron Man, is in white, because that will let you know that it's the first print. Okay, so just be careful. Be super careful with it, because it is a black cover. So even going through it, pulling it out, things like that. I mean, you probably know, but just be careful. But yeah, man, that's it's not a bad thing to be specking or be picking up on a lot of this stuff, these characters that we might see in the future. I think a lot of people hold on to characters we've already seen and things like that, and they think it's gonna be the root. I mean, you guys have to read the books, watch the movies, watch the series, things like that, connect the dots, and kind of be ahead of the game. Face preaches it all the time. I think we all do, right? I mean, in Spec, I mean, as long as you read and you follow certain storylines, you can probably get ahead in Spec on your own.
And the thing is, you have to keep in mind, these shows, from all indications, aren't supposed to be thought of as isolated, shows. They're going to be interconnected with other shows. So it's almost like, you mentioned that issue 9 of Ironheart, having those encounters for the first time between different characters is also books that you might want to pick up, like the first encounter between Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel.
Yeah, I think that's already taken off though.
Yeah, well, that's a bad example, because I think that's actually also her first cameo appearance of Kamala Khan. So that one,
that's because all point one, right?
No. It's in the Captain Marvel issue, because her like the point now, the Marvel Point Now issue, that is basically when Kamala Khan takes on the Miss Marvel costume. Yeah, the mantle. The actual character.
I'm not 100% sure of the numbers on it or anything, but in regards to what you were just saying, I think that if I had to guess, I would probably say that the ratings across the board were highest for the CW shows that DC did whenever they did the crossover episodes. I think the Crisis episodes were probably their highest rated fucking episodes ever. So, Marvel's seen that obviously that can work, and Marvel's not above taking ideas that work and using them to their advantage at all. So,
okay, and I mean, that, like, I mean, even though they didn't announce it, because we mentioned this before, Kevin Feige is not going to announce everything, but we know that these series will probably lead into like Face mentioned, like a crossover mini, where you might almost like kind of like what Netflix did with the Defenders, where they kind of put Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. It didn't exactly pan out that well on the actual series, but I mean, I think Marvel will do a bit of a better job.
Yeah, you'd like to hope so.
Can't go wrong with picking those characters, though, for sure. Hyper, absolutely. Miss Marvel, Riri, Suri, like these are the characters of the future. I like to think we have a lot of intelligent people in our chat, and you guys know, you guys who watch, you guys know, that is the future. So just be on the lookout for those as well. When it comes to variants, though, especially for the Miss Marvel and Kamala Khan, I think that a lot of people are scoring big on those variants, which I know none on the variants when it comes to Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel and Kamala Khan and all that stuff.
Yeah, hold on, because I think there was the Captain Marvel 14. The second print is already like a grand raw.
That's the one on when she's on the rocket or whatever, the gun.
No, it's the one where I think it's the first cover.
Oh,
I believe so. Let me look it up.
Yeah, I know that's a pretty expensive book, so.
Yeah, because I think the print run for that was like less than 2,000 or something.
Wow.
Because again, Captain Marvel wasn't as
because at the time nobody gave a shit. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's kind of my mini, I guess, spec talk.
Yeah, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Face, do you have anything to finish off with, or are you good?
We got a lot of pretty big announcements from Marvel this week, and you really can't go wrong almost any direction that you turn in Marvel. There's a lot of new movies that we're getting ready to come out. I'm gonna butcher the name, but it's J2 Amir 3Z mentioned, being excited about the Blade movie.
Yeah.
And that's another one that I'm really excited for. And obviously, you've seen the early appearances of Blade, especially in the Tomb of Dracula and everything like that heating up. I'm actually not sure what storyline that they're going to even think about portraying. Obviously, I imagine that they'll touch on his origin somehow, but Marvel's also kind of been pretty good about just sort of jumping into characters too, and maybe showing the origin in like a short flashback or something like that.
Yep.
Some of the other series. I'm trying to think of some of the other series that we didn't really get to touch on in the Disney show the other day.
Hey, there's always a chance for a part 2.
Face brought.
Oh, there we go.
I had to show this.
Doc, there you go.
Yep.
That is nice.
Not the best grade. I mean, it's probably like a 4.0 or 3.5, but
But I mean, you have it.
You know the grade mine is?
Sorry?
Do you know what grade mine is?
You got one? Oh.
That's the grade.
Exactly.
I don't even have one, man. That's a perfect example.
Yeah, like Hyper's in here dropping bombs and just like, oh yeah, it's only a 4.0 and
and here I am, just have a bag and a board. Yeah.
I was like, I didn't even realize like newbie was into Blade. I'm like,
hey, I'm into Blade. It's just like Moon.
But I mean like the keys, like the
yeah, no, yeah, but like it just runs into that big time money where I do a comparison, right? So like, do I get that book at, I think it's like what, $2,000?
This one, no, because the thing is, because I got a lower grade, and well, also I got it during like, I think I mentioned this to you. This was when con season was over, so
yeah, I remember you mentioning the story of how you got it.
It had like a 25% off sale. Like I wouldn't have bought this probably if it was like what it's normally going for on eBay. I just had a really good grade on it, so not grade, a good deal on it for the grade compared to what people are paying on eBay. So it's almost one of those things I couldn't pass up.
The savior. But I always do that comparison, right? So like, okay, let's say that book is $1,000.
It's my life.
Let's say that book is $1,000. Okay, do I jump on it because it's Blade, right? Like, is it something that I just jump on because it's like, hey, you know what? It's a very popular book. It's great. Or do I go and put that $1,000 and get a book I want? So that's where I kind of do it, right? So as much as I would love to have Tomb of Dracula 13, is 13 or 10? 10, right? For like, I could get a 9.2 or a 9.4 ASM 300, which Venom means something to me, for almost $1,200, right? So just adding 200. Or do I just keep that 1,000 and just put it into that Blade book? You know what I mean? Or there's other options where like, okay, you could go Spider-Man Annual 1, $1,600. First appearance of Sinister Six. You can go ASM 129, which is an iconic cover, iconic book. You can get that for $1,300, right? So I start doing the comparisons of like what I'm actually gonna like more. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, okay. So here's my thing about picking up certain grails, and like, because I think I've talked to death about certain books that are on my. I always mention how Hulk 181 would be a grail.
Yeah.
So you would think that I'd put like my money towards that rather than buying like some of these other ones. But my thinking is this: these books even though they have been catching some heat because we know they're coming to the MCU, it's still at that affordability because we're like, I'm not talking about this past week when Kevin Feige dropped some news, but before that, Blade started going down a bit because we haven't heard any news since that first casting announcement with Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
My thing is, like, Blade is one of those books that was on my radar to begin with, and I felt like, at least for me, like now was good as time as any because once he actually makes it into the MCU, I'm gonna have to pay a lot more for the same book, or I might have to pay the same amount for an even lower grade. So I figure, okay, if I want to grab it, I'll just grab it right now when I can still afford it.
Yeah.
Rather than having to hunt for it when everyone else wants it.
Yeah. Really quickly before we take off, are you going to grade that book?
I probably will, but the problem is because it's not a modern tier.
Yeah, you're probably looking at $100, right?
Yeah, well, not just that, but because with CGC especially, this because you ship from Canada. Like shipping back to Canada is, I think it's like 180 FedEx for a 25 book grade.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it's worth it to have like a bundle of books graded. Like, I don't have that many pre-modern book because like I think modern agency CGC goes before 1975 or 74.
Later, Bricks.
Later. So I'd probably have to do like a group submission with other people because if I was to submit this by itself, it would probably cost me almost like 150 to,
Yeah.
just to get it graded.
Yeah, it's not bad. With Bricks saying good night, I do have to say it is past midnight over here on the East Coast. So we are done. Face, what do you got happening on your channel, brother?
Still working on some videos that I'm going to be dropping soon.
So if you guys haven't, make sure you guys check out FaceTime's YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go sub him up or add him up on his Instagram for sure.
Yeah, once I get the things worked out, I actually have it so that I'm probably going to be dropping about like 2 videos a week, hopefully after the year.
Perfect. And yeah, you guys will be seeing us posting it. So if you do miss out, definitely there will be outlets for you to check it out. Hyper, what do you got going on?
I mean, nothing much, man. I mean, just doing my thing on IG. Now, just doing the show with you guys, and once in a while making those appearances in shows randomly. Like I made this joke yesterday with Sparks Comics because I was actually on his FOC show.
Yeah.
I almost feel like I'm like the Peach Momoko of YouTube, where I'm getting overexposed, and my quality of work is a bit hit or miss.
So you're like the Kevin Hart of YouTube.
The what now?
The Kevin Hart of YouTube.
Kevin Hart hasn't been. You find he's been overexposed?
Man, he was everywhere for like years, man. So.
Well, okay, yeah.
I mean, at least it's not. At least you're not the Donnie Casey YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you guys can definitely check out Hyper. He does Scientist on Saturdays at 11 p.m. He's on Sparks' channel. He does some stuff with Hood Rat and things like that. So make sure you guys go show him love. Go show Sparks some love. As always, I love when you guys come into the chat and you guys make it, more fun and we get talking, because then we get into things like this where we're 3 hours in and we kind of lose track of time. So, definitely love the support and love you guys tuning in. You guys will see us next week. Okay. So next week we'll do something. I'm trying to have a big Christmas special because I will be taking a few days off just to enjoy the holidays, as everybody should. Yeah. So I'm going to try to get a few people on the show, and we'll just do
comics holiday special.
Yeah, well, I'll think of something, but I just wanted to get show, just shoot the shit, talk comics before.
That worked for Star Wars.
Yeah. And if you guys haven't, make sure you guys go check out the 1,500 sub giveaway I got going on. Once I hit 15, I'm going to give away those 4 books. Shoot, I can't even remember what I have. So Mr. Sinister, first appearance of Justice League Dark, first Virus, and then first Ogun. So you got a few books there that have first.
It's a nice mix.
Yeah, so definitely go check that out. So as always, guys, thanks for joining, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.